latest news.
It's Saturday, baby.
All right, everyone, and we're back. Saturday Night Sellswords presenting The Sword of Air, episode 25. Apothalasso.
We made it! Hooray!
So just to reiterate, recap, and re-go over everything I've been talking about, Apothalassos is up here. I have an excerpt from the campaign setting book that I'd like to read you. I'm just going to go over some demographics.
Okay. Everybody drink.
In the book, it has a population of a little bit over 10,000. I'm going to up that for our campaign purposes, so it's going to be closer to about 20 or 30.
All right.
We're rich.
The proportions are, it's mostly human. There are populations of half-elf, dwarf, and halfling. Their prominent languages would be Common, Hyboros, Elven, and Dwarven. They follow the Hyperborean pantheon as well as the Erskine pantheon. So they kind of have like a combination of Greco-Roman and Northman, Norse.
Freya and shit.
Freya and all that kind of stuff. It is a trade city, definitely. It is known for its menagerie of exotic animals and spell components.
Excuse me. There's going to be some good food here.
Yep. A couple of things to go over. It is a walled settlement, and it has stone walls, so there are only a few ways in and out of the city. They are heavily guarded. The city currently is at war with warring tribes of orcs, goblins, and giants that have come down from the nearby mountains. You've heard rumors that those evil forces are using summoning magic to conjure up fire elementals to destroy the fields of mushrooms that grow around Apothalassos. I believe last session I talked to you a little bit about the mushrooms.
Yes.
They emanate an aura of protection from evil, as well as a few other spells that help sanctify and protect the area. It is illegal to consume, harvest, touch even any of the mushrooms, regardless of your gender. This is an Amazon-esque city, so females are regarded as a higher status and able to basically kind of defend themselves within the courts, more so than men, who are pretty much just, judged and juried and all that pretty much right off the bat with little chance for them to legally defend
If I
themselves.
remember correctly, we're not allowed to walk around without a woman after dark.
Yeah. Also, they request that you may carry weapons, but you may not brandish weapons while you're in the street. That includes magic. So in this case, like, if you have spell components for a aggressive type spell like Fireball or Lightning Bolt, anything like that, they don't, they allow you to carry the components. Yeah, you can keep it in the pouch. However, if you were to actually cast the spell inside the city, that would be considered a major offense, and they would likely kill you in the street.
Well, Ricardo does want to ask, what is he supposed to do about these weapons of mass distraction? Ricardo, not Tom.
Yeah, Ricardo is politely informed that they should be sheathed at all times.
I'm sorry, I keep ripping the sheath.
Yeah. All right.
Had to do it before Jamie did.
There you go. But some things you guys should know. This is a major trade route between the southern part of the eastern Gulf of Akados and the northern Erskine realms.
Go ahead.
You look like you have a question.
No, I'm just excited because of this information you're giving.
You're still crazy, aren't you?
No, we just snapped out of it.
Yes. Last session we covered you going to the temple and purchasing the heal spells needed to lift the insanities.
But, like, he's giving, like, we wanted to go to Bard's Gate before to sell the sword. We can sell the sword here.
You can sell the sword here if you
then
want
we
it.
can sell the sword here. We're good.
Yeah.
We can get, like, 10 grand.
I'm gonna give everybody about 20 minutes to go through and maybe talk with the party and do some shopping. Do some group shopping. The main reason is because the purchasing threshold that you would be able to find here in the city is anything up to 20,000 gold. It's slightly adjusted in favor of it being a major merchant hub.
So we need
This
to
would
sell our
include
side.
exotic materials as well. So if you're looking for like a mithril armor or even an adamantine armor, if it's within the budget and within the 20,000 cap, you could purchase it here.
So that means I could get a magnificent belt. Because that's less than 20.
I don't know. The magnificent, is that the one that's
The +2 belt to everything?
that if you? I don't think that's beneath 20. If it is, and you have the money for it, by all means buy it.
Well, once again, we all know how
Did you wish?
Ricardo shouts. He shots for sales.
Did you still wish to retcon the potential reflection of curing my insanity, or just go on that it worked?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, curative magic tends sometimes not always work for me, or it tends to reflect the curse outward.
Right, that depends on the spell
Yes.
level.
You had
and
mentioned prior, after we were done, that you were considering that.
Yes, and I looked over the mechanics. Nothing bad happens.
All right, cool.
You have to take into well, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah. The person was able to do it without any complication.
That's exactly
They don't have
it.
the belt of magnificence in Pathfinder. They
Uh,
only have the individual belts of each stat.
there is one that combines them. It may not be called the Belt of Magnificence.
It's a belt of fabulous.
Oh, by the way, if you have 10,000 gold pieces, I could recommend it to you, sir. Belt of the Weasel. It increases dex.
I wish I had
Did we ever?
that money that I
So I was
give
gonna say, I
to the
don't think we
Kraken.
ever got money.
We had just arrived in town. We were fixing the two crazy ones who were going to hurt the party. That's been resolved. Now we are free to sell some of this merchandise, get some cash in our hands.
Okay.
We have stuff on the cards.
So there are a couple things that I'd like to kind of keep control of.
Yes.
We are going to kind of soundbite this. So I'm giving you 20 minutes to kind of go through and negotiate how much money you're willing to divvy out to the party and how much money you want to spend. So try to keep your shopping concise and to the point, but feel free to poll each other and be like, oh, do you think this is something that would be good for my character? The main reason is because after that allotted amount of time, something's going to happen. So based off of what you have already purchased and it's set in the book and on your character sheets, that's going to deem whether or not you're prepared for what's coming up next.
Okay.
All right?
And like break?
No, we can record it. Like if you guys.
No,
want-
I'm saying like a football huddle, bro. Like go.
Yeah, break.
Yeah,
go
Look at
ahead.
one other. Look at every other person at this fucking table.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
like-
What's the average price for a masterwork longsword?
So masterwork weapons are 300 gold plus the base price. So I think a longsword's like what, 15 gold?
How much gold did we get divvied up between all of us for
May I
the?
see the quote real quick, please?
I
never got it.
am going to calculate all that
Calculating.
right now.
Okay, you're doing that now.
No,
Yeah.
but I did find a version.
Now, why don't we sell soul? I forget.
Because of the prophecy that
It smites some
that
evil
one
things,
is. Well, both.
which we like doing.
When we go,
smite evil things without
when we
sword.
go to the Howling Fortress, we need the sun in our pack, and that is the reference. We're assuming that's a reference to the
We're
sword.
assuming
You
so.
are. I assume
We
it's
need to
just
figure
daylight.
that out.
How
We
about
need to
this?
figure
We go
that out.
use the sword to see what it does.
Yeah.
And then when it does nothing, we die.
If it
No, we
does,
sell it.
no, we're not going to go someplace dangerous. We have like
Be
we
315
should earn
gold.
some money.
For our masterwork longsword.
Okay. Do you have a war
Especially
scythe on
get some
there,
bounties
or
in the city.
something?
Just
Yes.
go do something easy.
But that's the only one that has the price tag on it yet.
Yeah.
I'm just
Is
saying
it
we
also
could use
masterwork?
that money
Yeah.
I don't think we
to
got time for that.
from that sword
318.
300.
boost up a lot.
Alright.
If we get 70k
Add
from
those items, and
That's
then
lowballing.
what's the percentage for
each.
resale?
And how are we gonna
Uh,
get to the things in the
I don't know if this
Howling
town is
Fortress
different for
that
us.
are beyond evil?
It's not a trade
without
good,
the
so you're going to.
use of
If it's a magic
figure that out.
item, you're going to sell at
weapons that has
70.
been
These are
bequeathed
just
by one
masterwork
of the
weapons.
members.
Yeah, you sell at 70%.
Well, a Holy Avenger only costs 120
I was
now.
just
So when you
thinking
get one of those, maybe we can sell that sword.
Yeah, right.
How about we bet it on a coin flip?
I'm not gonna lie to the rest of the party. I accidentally read something online, and I no longer have an opinion on what we do or do not do with that sword.
What?
I was looking through trying to remember certain things about when we found items in the pyramid and the sword, and it gave me some information, and I no longer have an opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I accidentally read.
Do we have, that aside, do we have any other mundane item we're selling, armor, weapons that were not on this list?
I'm
oh.
keeping the magic wand of, magic missile.
a level 3 spell scroll.
And a
That-
bag of marbles.
It's not a mundane item, so never mind on that.
Level 3 spells. Oh, I'll sell it myself.
I'm just saying I'm keeping the bag of marbles.
Wand of Create Water. I can do that already.
Yeah, but it doesn't sacrifice.
I have 2 +1
Unless you want
swords.
to spell it.
I mean, you
Yeah, we should
right?
get some
Mundane
Yep.
items?
One day.
What are they?
I have 2
was it?
+1 longswords.
So those would each be
I'll remember that
2,318.
later. One fire.
I'm sorry, 2,350.
If I sold it,
No, that's the base price.
yeah.
You're gonna sell
I'm
for.
trying to figure the amount out.
Okay,
Let me
so
give it to you real quick.
Yep, you're good.
2,000.
while he's adding that up, who's taking the Create Water wand?
Do you want the sell price for one or both?
1. I would like to keep one of those swords for myself.
1620 and 5 silver.
16, 20, and 5 silver.
Yeah.
All right, sold.
Wand of Days. Who wants it?
Nope.
Sure.
What does Days do?
They lose a round basically.
If they're like
Which
4
check is
HP,
on the list?
hit die or less, right?
Reference one?
I would check the spell, make sure.
Check the DM's Council of Masters.
25.
I'm assuming we're keeping Magic Missile fully charged wand.
He's keeping
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have that on your sheet?
Yep.
Alright, I'm removing that from over here then.
I already got it.
You have all the information?
Yep, level 12, 50 charges.
Gotcha. Alright, Obscuring Mist.
What's that?
It creates a.
It
Is it a
creates a
scroll?
mist that obscures.
Is it
yeah.
a scroll?
Yeah,
I'll
one
keep all the
humanoid
scrolls.
creature
These are
of
wands.
4 HP or less.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
right
what I
now
was
we're talking
clarifying.
wands.
I don't want.
Sell
Would you like to
the base
read
thing.
this? Or would you like to know the
Okay.
spell description of Obscuring Mist before you make that decision?
It says 1 humanoid of 4 HD or less for days.
Fair enough. Okay, so Obscuring Mist.
Yeah, the
Oh.
description on the obscuring mist, please.
Where is it? All right, and now where is it? What about a +1 metal shield?
+1 steel shield. It's going to be the base price is going to be 1,100 and something.
1,100 and something.
Heavy steel, it's going to be 1,170 is the base price. The sale price that you're going to get is 820 gold.
820 gold sold American. Or, I don't know. Wherever we're currently. Akadosia.
Sold to Apocalypse.
I know ancient Kavishan now.
Yes.
Commission.
Can I read these scrolls that I have that I've been holding for a long time?
Yes.
I
We'll
have-
get to that in a minute.
All right.
Yeah, we're still on
We're
merchandise.
shopping.
All right. I know. I was gonna see if I wanted to keep them or not. So, but if
You're gonna wanna keep 'em.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so I am slowly moving on to being able to afford something.
Dylan, do you still have your printout from last time that had the prices for the
Actually,
wands?
Ricardo doesn't need to buy
It's in
anything.
the
right
it's in the
now.
Discord.
It's in the Council of Masters chat.
Yeah.
How much gold do you have currently?
Then I'll look at it.
Me.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
530.
All right, I give you 1,500 to get a new bird.
I get a.
You forgot about your bird completely, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't used him in a long time, and
You don't need him anymore.
I mean,
I'll keep
it's
my
nice to have
1,500.
him. I mean, here I have things else. I have other things that I have planned.
All right, then I'll hold on to my
Okay.
1,500.
I will get my bird back eventually, or maybe a cat.
You also don't
Something.
need 1,500 for it.
I need 2,000.
I thought he needed
I
2,000
need
to
2,000
get a
gold
new
to get him
bird.
back.
Oh, damn.
And I was
he's
gonna give
died
him
once, and
1,500.
he came back, and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot.
Obscuring Mist wand. Are we keeping or selling?
I'm looking it up right now.
Sounds like selling.
People
He might be able to use it.
Obscuring Mist Wand, Pathfinder.
It depends on what it all obscures.
It
Cloud
obscures
spreads in
mist,
20 feet,
obviously. You can't see the mist through the mist.
It will create a little bit of concealment, which he will be able to backstab.
I'm gonna give
from.
that to you. You want to keep that?
Well,
Do
I mean,
you
if
want?
we're-
Do you
if we're
want
trying
it?
to-
Is the actual question.
If we're trying to
You
break
know how you
into the
have your
Howling
personal
Fortress,
darkness thing that
maybe a
happens
little
and
bit of
everybody gets
Well,
fucked
wait.
up on it?
pyramid
Better
would
question.
do it.
Do you have UMD?
He does. He's a rogue.
A UMD? Yeah, I have 7 in UMD.
All right. So now it's your decision if you want it or not.
Yeah.
I twiddle the wand in my hands.
It's not going to hinder you in any way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It could only help.
It keeps if you run out of your personal
Dark.
dark
I only
thing.
get it once a
Or
day.
if you
Well,
want to
now
make
you
it so the
have
rest of the
a
party
wand that
can
lets you do
see,
it.
but
Oh.
still get your backstab.
I seem to remember a certain gunslinger that had to fight through an obscuring mist and then ended up
Exactly.
getting turned to stone.
Stone.
Yeah, but he ended up getting capped by a bitch because he can't keep his mouth shut. So we don't
Very
talk about that little pussy.
All right.
Oh my god.
Scrolls. Detect evil. Keep or sell.
Nah.
I'll keep it.
You're keeping it.
Scroll
Yeah.
detect
Add it
good
to your
evil.
character sheet. 7th level cast level. Detect evil.
You're gonna need a UMD to cast it if it's divine.
It's
He has
it says
evil.
divine. It just says detect. Scroll of detect evil.
What's your
He does
UMD?
not have a UMD.
So I will hold
You
on
don't
to
have a
that.
check mark next to UMD. You can't.
If you're gonna
use
keep it, put it on your character sheet. Let me know.
I don't
You
use
need
it.
to read
Oh,
Don't
okay.
forget, everything we keep
I
is
have
something
it
we're
in my
not
s-
getting money from.
It's
If
only
I have it
25
in
gold
my-
before
in my
resale value.
wizard book,
So.
Same.
I don't have to
That's
use
true.
my UMD to cast
taking
use
it?
a scroll. But if I get a scroll with something that's not in my thing, I can make a check and
What'd you
add
say,
it
Blake?
to my
I
book.
missed
Okay.
That's the only reason I want it, so I can add it
Scroll
to
detect evil.
It's
Are
mine.
we keep? You're gonna keep it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can
7th caster level.
Why don't we get any good 7th level
I'm adding
spells?
Divine favor scroll.
keeping that. Or
You
giving
can't
to
cast
him.
it.
Giving it to him.
No, I'd rather sell it. Money's money.
I'm keeping it.
You can't cast it.
Did
I'll
you just say
find
the
someone to
words
cast it for
money's
me.
money?
Do you even know what divine favor does?
We need money right now for loot.
This is why I sold
I'm
my
going to
personal
eye
loot
that sword on the
first.
back of your.
If you really want to
Let's see
keep
what
it,
it
I
does
want
first.
someone's favor. I'm gonna get someone to use it for me.
If
That's
it does
not.
nothing
That's not what
really
it
important,
does.
we'll
It
just
gives you a
sell it.
bonus in combat.
Oh,
That's
no,
not how
I'll
this
keep it.
works.
Sell the
That's
shit.
not how any
scroll
of
of
this works.
suggestion.
Nah.
I'll keep
I
it.
mean, that could come in handy at some point. I kind of agree with that.
It's worth 375 gold before any potential percentage
Wait.
up or down.
Now, before burial, do
I
we
have it.
want to sell any of Uruglow's stuff?
I think we've already
The
been
armor
through
on
this
his
stuff.
That's
Full
already-
plate armor?
That's already been surrendered.
Okay, just making sure. Because I know, I know we got rid of his great sword and we got rid of his armor. I still have the stuff he had here.
All right, so Dylan, these are magical items.
Yep.
What's the percentage on the resale?
70.
70? Okay. Now we'll add those up and add them into the, assuming we found merchants to trade and sell items.
Yeah. You're not gonna have an issue with that.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, I really want to sell that sword.
Well, this is the
Okay.
time to discuss as a group on doing the math.
And Uruglow goes to the bar. No, Ricardo goes to the bar. Uruglow
Who
stays
has
in the
the
back.
sword?
Uruglow is dead.
Grendier.
Being that he is good and the only one who can really hold it.
Yeah.
He was also bequeathed.
We also can't wield it.
Not to mention,
It was also bequeathed to him.
once again,
Yeah.
I'm just. But I don't think he can wield it because it is considered exotic, correct?
That is true. He
Yeah.
can wield it, but he takes a -5 penalty on his attack rolls.
So he's not netting any damage from wielding it. compared
He
to
might
his
net
actual
some
The
damage.
average damage, the average damage output is net gains, because it's keen and good aligned, which means it does extra damage versus evil.
Oh, look, I went up a level. Next level, I get a feat, such as exotic weapon.
Yeah.
But I'm not good.
What are you?
I am chaotic neutral.
Then you can wield it. You gain a temporary negative level if you're evil and try to wield it, not non-good.
What if someone was chaotic good and wanted to wield it?
You could wield it.
Duly noted.
Fucking marshmallow.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, I just realized that.
Hey, man. You want to come over here so I can ask you a question? Bradley answered correct. Let's see if you get it right.
I'm in the market for a sword. You got any more of that cool?
Let me ask you something. How much damage can you heal before it takes toll?
All right. Not really hearing any other requests or information, so it sounds like we're tallying and summarizing and everything.
We're waiting for the full tally.
All right.
So that way we know how much we have. so we
Platinum
know how much to
pieces
spend.
are 10 gold.
What?
1 platinum's 10 gold.
Yes.
Okay.
While he's doing that, do you remember where you found those scrolls?
In the at the whatchamacallit,
The same
the
thing.
the
Temple.
the
It's like a
temple
temple.
when the four big pillars, it was in one of the pillars.
Okay. The temple with the 4 big pillars.
Yeah, remember?
Ziggurat?
That had the head traps.
That had
and
its
it was
own
the
private
Egyptian
study.
pillar, the Ra pillar, the Ra place.
Yeah.
Yeah, the temple of Ra.
I thought it was the Arden.
The ziggurat where we ended up finding a slight little
It's
room.
also the place where we found the room that had the full wall tapestry.
Isn't that the
That
same
too.
building
Place,
we found the
sword
coefficient?
was there
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
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 We
Okay.
sold the the tapestry for a sum of 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
Sounds like money.
Okay, so while he's tallying, over your travels, you've picked up the ancient Cometian language, which is a version of Coptic hieroglyphic. So it's not necessarily like letters you're reading; it's more symbols.
It's pictures.
Yeah, pictography.
He can send emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
learning
like,
the first
it's, like
emoji.
it's funny how society goes full circle like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are an account of the last they are an account of the last journey of Gira, last of his name.
How do you spell it?
I love her. I'm gonna let her know because she's smart.
Or GHIRA.
GYRO.
GHIJRA.
Oh, the silent J gets you every time.
Wait, G-I-H.
GIG. Got it.
GHIJ. Sure, that's close enough.
H.
Close enough.
Phonetically.
Yeah,
How do you spell that? Phonetically.
exactly.
No way is wrong.
And so,
Eyeball,
do
dancing
you remember
cat.
the name of the individual who was in the sarcophagus?
Dude,
Home
Son
dog
of
skillet
Arden.
biscuit. You say Arden?
Wasn't it Arden?
No.
No.
Son of Arden.
Son of
No,
Arden.
that's what I said. Son of Arden. I don't know his actual name. I'm looking.
Started with a C.
oh, that was the trick. We're supposed to bring his corpse
Did I write
to the
it?
shadow, and he would.
I think he disintegrated.
He did.
He did. He turned to ash right in front of our eyes.
Year?
We could have swept those up and sold those in
Is
an
it
antique
real?
roadshow.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yes.
The ancient son of Arden.
Huh?
Starts with a G.
Yeah?
Gior?
Gira?
Gior? Yeah.
Yeah.
The name he just said like
Yeah.
5 minutes ago and then spelled for you?
Yeah.
Oh.
That name? Yeah, no, never heard of it.
So it is the one that was in the sarcophagus. It is an account of his journey out of a city that he calls Sen to this place. It was his he knew he was dying. He had some kind of curse-like illness that was sapping his immortal strength, and it was his last will and testament to be buried someplace where the faceless fire and the tasteless disease could not touch him. And so they built this temple far away from the burning wastes.
Wait, say it again.
And then we
I know how to
came
kill a
along
god
and
now.
fucked that
Uh-huh.
all up.
What was what?
The
what?
faceless fire.
The face.
And the tasteless disease.
Can I make a Arcana check to see if I know what he's referencing to with the tasteless fire and the faceless fire and the tasteless disease?
Yeah.
Can we acknowledge local check?
Sure.
That is a 26.
You're
26.
Okay. You're not familiar with any kind of spell that would replicate those effects.
10.
You're not familiar with any kind of local condition that would replicate those effects.
Could I make an alchemy check to see if I recognize?
I
this
haven't
source?
told anybody this.
Assuming at this,
This
whenever
is
he would
easy
share this
to do.
information, of course.
Can I make,
That's fair. Yeah, so technically no, you may not.
can I make a religion or a
No, because he hasn't told anybody what.
Yeah, he hasn't shared this information.
All right. For me, 39. I got a crit.
And you
Again,
didn't get
he
me
hasn't.
Chinese
We
food
just
last
yeah,
week.
he hasn't actually shared this information with the party yet. But you may save that roll for
Yeah,
when he does.
That's what I meant when that gets shared.
If he does.
If he does.
So you're not familiar with any kind of spell. However, you may roll. Do you have knowledge engineering?
Yes.
You may roll a knowledge engineering check.
16 plus. That's a 30.
All right, you're fairly certain this is referencing something called radiation. It's mostly common deep underground. It is kind of like a fire without form, and if you're exposed to it long enough, it will trigger diseases.
Oh, I know. I've been looking it up. I've just been waiting for a
Yeah.
reason to get it. Now I have one.
Yeah. So you're fairly certain that's what he's referencing here
Okay.
in his account.
And it's in the city of Sin.
Around the city of Sin.
Around the city of Sin.
And so basically, the scrolls talk about how he's writing them. So it's you feel like it's coming from almost like a diary of his. How he made a pact with the Guardians of the Sand that allowed him and some of his retinue to leave. And they knew that this temple existed, and that it was a place that his forefathers had built, and so this is where he wanted to be buried. And so he led a small expedition of about 30 acolytes through the sands to this place, and they entombed him there. But he took with him the secrets of the heart, and until he could relinquish the information to one who was worthy, he would remain preserved inside the sarcophagus.
The secrets of
So now I understand the story of what they told me about how there was a guy in a sarcophagus that was fine, and after he told us a story, he disintegrated.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me now.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Do you share this information with the rest?
100%. I'm going to go to him first, and then I'll tell everybody else about it.
Who?
I'm going to go to you because you've been talking to me about the city of Sen, haven't you?
I've been wanting to go there.
You've been mentioning it.
Before that happens,
I mean, I like gambling.
everyone
as much as the next guy. I'm down for
get
Sin
1,058 gold.
1,058 gold. Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
As he tells me, with that check, based on research I've done, materials I've worked with in the past, would I have a more specific name, or I would just know of radiation?
Well, you know of the symptoms of being exposed to radiation, where it can cause the skin to boil over and burn, but there is no flame present.
Outside
And-
of
Yep.
outside of campaign, outside of game, can we talk about how this immortal being died of radiation poisoning?
They got nuked. That's how you kill a god, you nuke them. But go on.
No, you
But-
drop a
Yeah,
monolith.
you learned that from Stargate.
But yeah, so you come to the conclusion that he was basically the text references a curse, not the radiation. But he wanted to be buried somewhere where there was no radiation. That's why they brought him here to the Temple of Ra that was lost.
So
on the shores
radiation
of
weakened
Akros.
his form. Interesting. Fascinating.
You think there's something to it?
I think
We can
I've
use
heard,
it?
I've heard of materials that it's sort of like an invisible burn, like how he describes. It's
I know this burning.
peculiar.
It's not in your feet.
Oh,
Deep
never mind.
underground in some cases. Very dangerous to approach. It's something that if it can hurt a god, or even a demigod, that's some potent stuff. Definitely may want to talk with the party on that one.
Would the two
Or a cleric.
would the two ground dwelling individuals, well, I guess the one ground dwelling individual, know about radiation to some extent?
Yes.
Oh, but you lived on the surface your whole life.
I did.
After I talk to him about it, I'll gather everybody together after we all get our
Your
money
family would
before we go out
probably watch
shopping
out for the
and
blood
let them know
rocks
what
that
I've
bad.
discovered in my studies.
Hey, really bad.
Yeah, so you're familiar with the concept, though, in the Underrealms. It's usually referred to as the Bane of Shadow. Or it's also occasionally called Blightburn.
Do the dwarves have any knowledge of it?
Van is making furious
Yes.
notes.
Yeah, but only the ones that worship Morn. I mean,
Oh.
Dwarf.
Dwarf Father.
Take
Thank
me
you.
to that spell I was looking for earlier.
What? What?
What?
What was the other name?
Shadow's Bane.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on the shadow.
Wait, you gonna message me something? You wanna send me something privately?
I'll wait until we do.
Go ahead and do it.
No,
Just do
no,
it.
no, it's fine because it might fuck a lot of shit up.
It might fuck shit up.
Do
he
it.
still has to decide if he wants to spend his money. Anyway, so you guys got your money. We got some cool stuff, information-wise.
Yeah.
I'm still not completely sure that these two aren't insane anymore.
Well, I mean, they are bookish in nature.
I go buy this.
But you know, if you deal with a book, you
Huh?
break its
I go
spine.
buy a spell scroll.
Of.
Contact other plane.
I thought it was you just put it back on the shelf.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that for
Don't
you.
just walk away.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did you just say?
I don't want you to do that for me.
Yeah, we don't want you
You know
doing it
how much that
all,
costs?
honestly.
Yeah.
What
Do
are
you
you
have
doing?
enough money for it?
Yep. I just got enough for it.
All right, go for it.
Oh.
Hold on.
I missed something,
And we
which
didn't
is
know
good
this.
because I shouldn't have.
Did you go off and just go buy some?
I went and bought something. I haven't done anything. I just went and bought something.
It was nice knowing
You've read that whole spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're aware
For
of.
100%.
Okay.
He has read this.
Am I in trouble?
I've gone through this for the past week and a half.
I'm going
Not
to
yet.
Am I gonna
Wait,
die?
Grenadier has something he's doing. And
go to the temple.
Let him do his thing.
Um,
Go to the temple. Which one? Oh no.
yeah, no.
That one.
So the
the
two
dwarf
prominent,
fought
there's four main prominent temples here in the city.
Mhm.
There is Athena, Artemis, Frigga, and Freya.
I'm
Frigga
going to
and
go there
Freya.
and
You keep saying this word "there," like I know what you're talking about.
Which temple of which god, my
trying to
dude?
He
figure
pointed
out.
towards our front door, so maybe.
I was hoping there'd be one of tier here, but I just remembered it's all females.
No, yeah, it's all the ladies. This is all the lady bits.
Where could I go and find a hireling, in fact, for the group?
Athena. Say that again.
A hireling for the group?
Here, you would have to go to the market. There is like a mercenaries.
Mercenaries
quarter.
guild?
Yeah.
What?
slavery.
It's not slavery.
You just told
it's
them go to the
voluntary.
market and buy
Look,
something.
That
it's
just
just
sounds like
slavery
slavery with extra steps.
Yes, let's go do that.
Okay.
We just bought that.
I'm gonna go
We
to
did.
the local
Do it.
Fencer's Guild.
So you're gonna go there. Okay. Are you trying to RP you purchasing the paladin service?
Kinda, I'm just gonna go and be like, hey, I need a paladin on order.
Okay. And
Oh, can I roleplay the paladin?
Your homeboy walks up.
Hello.
And you recognize him because
Okay.
this was what we talked about, right? So do you want to introduce him to the party?
Grenadier,
so-
it is good to see you. It's been
Yes.
ages.
Yeah, it's been.
How are you, my friend?
Hello.
Forearm handshake.
Shake, yeah. No, I am hiring someone named Sherman.
Sherman.
Yes, he's a paladin for the dwarf
Sherman.
father.
My name is Sherman. I
Look,
am his
dude,
friend.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I get the reference, but I don't want anybody backing me up named Sherman.
No,
We get it. He's a tank.
I thought it was funny.
Okay.
His first name's a P.
Can you are you gonna elaborate on that at all?
No, so
P. Sherman.
42 levels.
about the actual paladin or just yeah. So I did my best to make just a kind of wall for us to put in front of us.
What's his star sign? What's his
You know
favorite
what,
color?
man? I'm right here.
What's his parents'
Okay.
name?
Yeah, but you do more damage.
Yeah,
This is
he
just
doesn't
someone
hit
to
as
take
hard
the
as
damage
you.
for you.
He's a meat shield.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you have you met our DM who's just gonna attack me because I'm not a meat shield
Well,
and I'm standing next to a meat
that's
shield?
why you can still hit
You're also
some.
provokingly offensive.
What would you roll?
Yeah.
What would I roll?
So
Would you
anyway, Josh
You took
wants
the 20.
to next level take the leadership feat. So he's gonna move.
So you went to the person market to get something from me.
Well, he's going to basically
should've got us a
move
series
this
of
hireling
kobolds.
into his cohort position
Well.
next level.
So now I
Well,
need to
one of
talk
our
like
party
this
would
whenever
offensive.
I'm Sherman.
I've never heard him say one bad thing about kobolds in all the months I've known him.
Can it be a no?
It's a dwarf.
Not a single time has he ever said a
What's his
word about
backpack? Hold
kobolds.
it out.
It's dwarf paladin.
Because
Dwarf
I
paladin,
don't
dwarf
speak
father.
dragon.
Dwarf paladin? Okay.
Oh right.
And
I believe he does hate kobolds.
he's got a tower shield and
So
dwarf
I
war
give him
axe.
money and he
His
goes and
feats
buys it
basically
first.
let him tank.
And
Yeah.
Give him
what
money.
sounds like a movement
He
speed of
also
50.
has movement speed of 20.
He's got speed 20. Yeah.
Right, so the tower shield takes
think
10, and the
big.
armor should take another 5 off the move.
Dwarves aren't affected by the speed restrictions of heavy armor.
No, because they're already short and us slow. Got it.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I would like to pay for some information.
Okay. Oh yeah,
See,
we
I
got to
feel
do
like
your
you're
thing
not
too.
thinking this through because you have nothing.
Thank
to
you for
strip
reminding
or
me.
anything.
What information would you like to pay for?
I would like
Yes, I did
to
share
pay
it.
for information
It's terrible.
Regarding?
regarding the Howling
Scout,
Fortress. But specifically, I would like to go
Okay.
to like a seedy underbelly area where I could probably get better information about the Howling Fortress.
Okay. Yeah. How much gold do you want to spend?
How much gold do you feel like it would take?
How much money are you willing to throw at the problem in order to
$1
milk
billion.
answers out of it?
I'll milk up myself with 100 gold.
Oh, he's gonna milk that problem.
Okay. All right. So strike 100 gold from your character.
You know, I could have got you that information for free.
Oh, quick though. How much
With
was
the
it?
liberal application of stabbing.
Not allowed you. That's how you get jewelry.
Well,
With my fist.
you're giving him the.
Knife
Dwarven War Axe. Yeah.
Nah.
So
It,
it's
it looks cooler when you punch
at
the
his
hole
level
straight through.
is 45 gold a day.
Let's see how much it's worth.
Is it plus one or is it just masterwork?
Just by the sword.
Alright, so it's 300 plus the base price of the item. So you have him for like a couple weeks.
Okay, cool.
So the Howling Fortress 30 days.
Not even, actually. It'd be like, because 10 days would be 450. So you have him for like a week.
Or week. Okay. I'm gonna say
It'd
7
suck
days.
if I roll really shitty at this and
Or you
we're stuck
could,
here for 5 weeks.
What's this
Yeah.
new business way, man?
Okay, so
Sounds
a
like
couple things about the Howling
predictable.
Fortress. The Merchants Guild that runs between Apothalassos and Bard's Gate has a bounty on the wyvern that attacked you.
Oh, duly noted.
It's 45,000 gold.
Duly noted.
If you can bring back the head of the wyvern and evidence that you've, culled the null population inside the fortress, they will basically pay you to clear the fortress. It has to be done after the fact. There's no, the contract says there's no upfront bargaining. They're not paying for anybody to go in. That you do know this is because they've had several other parties negotiate an upfront payment and go in and never return. And so they've relinquished pretty much all of the resources that they could for upfront pay.
We're basically doing a jackpot.
Yeah.
Alright, now hear me out. We can bring them any wyvern head. They all look alike to these people.
So that's the Merchants Guild.
That's the Merchants Guild.
And you do know this. In case you're interested in taking over the Howling Fortress, the Merchants Guild, as part of the contract, in order for them to pay you, you relinquish all claim to the fortress as a finder's fee. Because they want to move in and use it as a trade hub between this part of the world
Huh.
On my spell list.
and this part of the world.
Oh boy, he
As
might
a-
have a problem with that.
Okay. The Amazonian city itself also has a standing contract out on the knolls, specifically of the Howling Fortress. If you're able, they're basically willing to pay a gold piece per knoll scalp that you bring them.
Noted.
Perfect.
Scalp.
We're scalping
Good thing we have a
motherfuckers.
scalper.
What if we
Yeah, you have
kill
sword in
them
your
and there's no
pocket?
scalp left? We can prove that they're
We
gone.
have him.
I don't like to ask
That would need
those
to be
questions.
negotiated in person at times of payment.
Or is he happy to watch it?
So, I mean, yeah, if you
My
completely
experience with
eradicate
making
them with like a
things-
fireball and there isn't really anything
He's
left,
also got a sword. It's
you know,
taped
bring
to
what
his
you can.
tail
Record it.
yeah, record it.
For backstab.
Tick mark.
So you also know that the Howling Fortress used to be called Mirrorguard,
Yeah.
which was a prison operated, a prison fortress temple complex operated by the Paladins of Mirror, who basically anything that they couldn't outright destroy or deal with or banish was taken there to be studied and secluded from the world. And so there's no way in other than the front gates that they know of.
Yeah.
However, many of the thieves of Apothalassos have made ventures into the cracks and caverns and crevices in those mountains looking for a way in, and they haven't found one.
Yet.
You do know that the Valkyries and the Shield Maidens of Apothalassos aren't actively partitioning any resources towards solving that problem because there's the Orc threat to deal with. And so most of that is left up to adventurers. And again, just like the Merchants Guild, they're reluctant to pay anything up front. They want it to be done after the fact, and they want significant evidence to be brought back to show that the problem is
A
taken care
head, a key to the vaults, anything.
of.
Basically.
Anything like that, yeah.
Anything else?
What are you looking for? These would be things that, like, you know, the wheelers and dealers in the city would know about. Yeah.
Activity from the wyvern.
It doesn't venture far. It doesn't venture out during the day, though it can. You guys encountered it once when the light was low, but there was daylight out. You know that it is, for the most part, nocturnal. The gnolls worship it for some reason, and they bring it offerings of blood and flesh.
Okay.
Well,
Neat. Excellent.
Good on that information.
Okay.
Second part.
Second part. Second part is in another question,
No, second.
as in the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so about that time, while you're in the city's shadowy bits,
Okay.
you're approached by a female who is of some kind of like wizard's guild, and she passes you a letter and says that it's from your sister. And she says that the transmission has been paid for, so you don't owe her really anything. And she quickly leaves before you even get a chance to read it.
Okay.
Would you read it there, or would you take it somewhere?
I would read it there.
Okay, so you open it up. It's a 2-page letter.
Okay.
It is a correspondence from your sister, far to the south. You notice 2 things immediately. The message has been transcribed magically, so that it would require some kind of linguistics check to translate the cipher.
Okay.
It is in book code, and based off of your observations of the page, the book needed to decipher the page would be basically like your family's, not like catalog of items available, but a manifest from an order from your family that you would basically, like, if you were to put in an order with your family to send the goods here to Apothelassos, they would send the necessary key book as a ship manifest to decipher the note. That would give you a 100% transfer. You could attempt a linguistics check to decipher it yourself.
A linguistics check?
Yeah. It's written in common, but based off of various like serifs and motifs on some of the characters, you feel like it's going to be transcripted into Undercommon.
Common. Okay. We'll roll the linguistics check. If I don't succeed it, I'll just go to the nearest merchants guild and then put in the request.
Okay.
It's an 8.
An 8? Okay. You are unable to decipher it today. However, you feel like if you had some time to sit down, maybe pull up some other materials that you had from your family, you might be able to reroll.
Would
You
I have
attempt
any manifests on me prior to meeting the party?
Yeah, because of how far you are from your family, you keep regular correspondence, and so they send you care packages effectively regularly.
Okay, since I have some of those, would the DC lower?
No, because they wouldn't be the right.
Manifest. I would
Yeah.
have to get an updated one.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll go into the nearest merchants guild, and then send in a request and hope it gets here within the allotted time.
Okay, so they basically say that it would have to arrive from boat at Freegate and then be shipped up, but because you guys have been taking care of the roads and stuff, they say basically like they can send their request magically, and they have means to receive an answer magically, but it would be a small parcel, which is something that you know would work. And that would cost you about 200 gold.
Would the small parcel be enough to decipher this?
Yeah.
Then I will do that.
Okay. So basically, in 2 days, once they're able to put together, a big group of things to be purchased, they'll send it out, and you'll be able to pick up your shipment.
Can I? All right. I'll like to meet up with the party and then let them ask them if we could stay for 2 days.
Okay.
We might be here
Gauss.
for a day or two.
Gauss, is there anything you want to do?
No.
I need to talk to her.
My God, Gauss is quiet everyone.
It's the only way I know to do it.
May the dice have mercy on your soul.
Amen.
Do you have any?
They
before
never
that
do.
happens, I would like to go buy Aegis of Recovery.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's within your purchasing threshold and you have the money for it, I trust you guys to keep your own books.
No, only worth once.
Ha 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 ha.
I'd like to find a small cart
It is safe.
with some rope,
Nope.
net,
No fucking small cards.
and netting,
Yep.
and I need the blacksmith to do some work for me on this.
That's racist. Any
What about-
Smith should
I'm
be
gonna
able to
catch
do
you
it.
after you
Spell.
talk to the blacksmith.
Okay. I'll talk with some merch, get that stuff on order soon.
Okay.
And then, sure.
I'm about to do something pretty stupid. I need your help.
Alright, but what's Alec doing?
Bring him back to the tavern that we got to, that we probably have rooms at.
Sure.
The whole way I'm like, what are you doing? What are you about to do?
So, you understand that I've been talking. These guys aren't around. You understand that,
Bold of you to declare, but okay.
Huh?
I said bold of you to declare, but
So
okay.
we're just in the general.
Well, I
Stealth check.
went and found
That's
him.
what I was about to say, I mean.
And,
Which one?
so you know that I talk to Hecate every now and then. She gives me dreams and shit.
Have you told me about this?
We have talked about this.
You told me the dreams, I think. I don't know if
Yeah.
you told me like it
No,
was.
there's
No, I did.
Ricardo at the
Okay.
table.
That was remember we started talking about with evil and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay,
They
yeah.
don't see me.
So, I thought that was brandy for a second, not wine. I was like, Jesus, it's not that bad.
So yeah,
So she talked to me again a couple nights ago.
that must be. You must know how Grandeur feels then.
I'm guessing, but I don't know how to talk to her unless I'm dreaming and I start prepping the spell as we're talking, and so I'm like, so I'm gonna try and talk to a god, and I cast.
I might. As I see now, I'm looking down. I might have something I could.
Oh wait, before I cast it, I cast Fox's Cunning on myself. And then that was one of the, I said I was prepping for my spell.
Okay.
That was my prep. I have it written down that I was going to be
While
doing
you're
this.
casting the
In my
Fox's
notes.
Coming on yourself, that gives him 6 seconds to interject.
You have 6 seconds in
Oh,
interject
I'm
while
just
I
like,
cast Fox's
okay,
Cunning
well, I
on
might
myself.
have some stuff in help. I was making some incense for Grandy, and I look up, and you're just.
Boop, Fox's Cunning is done, and then I cast that spell.
Alright.
Let me pull it up
I
here
look
real
down
quick.
and as soon as
While
you
we do
scroll.
that, I'd like everybody to do a perception check. If you roll a 15 or higher, you realize Ricardo's out shopping alone.
Oh. I've already realized it. I'm just like, I'm gonna let that happen.
Oh shit.
Ricardo's in the
The
dog.
general store. We are at the.
For clarification, you're doing this from a scroll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could look down and actually see the scroll and read it and know what he's casting at this
Now the
point.
real question is, does Bradley the Baker have a franchise in action?
Also, the casting time's 10
Apocalypses.
minutes, so they have 10 minutes to act on you while you cast it.
Okay. And now I need to know, does Bradley the Baker have a franchise in this town?
He does not. Though his cousin, James
Bradley?
the Baker, does.
Don't bring James into this. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Once
Once again, does James have a silver falchion?
No.
What weapon does he carry?
So to cast a spell on this with this scroll, what is the check to cast a spell with the
I'm
scroll?
getting ready to tell you.
Do you have a spell magic there?
You send your mind to another plane of existence.
No, I'm not talking about that. How, to use a scroll.
Yeah.
Wizards don't have to take that penalty.
Right,
and use
because
that.
it is on your spell list, you don't roll.
Okay,
Because it is a Sorcerer Wizard 5,
that's what I thought.
you do
Okay.
not roll.
That part
Any
was fine.
other class would have to make a UMD check.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was making sure that you UMD for. That's what I. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to take some time to.
Okay.
I see that you're like focused. I was like, yeah, if you give me
Alright,
some time.
well
I
let's
could-
give Dylan a moment to
something.
finish his glass of wine, because after this turn, Ricardo's looking for James the Baker.
You might have 5 weeks to deal with that.
Oh no, what do you mean? We're not going here now?
Me doing this, if I fail this check,
Hold on. We need to establish parameters before any dice are rolled.
okay.
Alright.
Okay. So if you poke the tip next to the
Alright,
other
so you send your mind to another plane of existence, an elemental plane or some plane farther removed, in order to receive advice and information from powers there. See the accompanying table for possible consequences and results of the attempt. The powers reply in a language you understand, and they resent such contact and give only brief answers to your questions. All questions are answered with yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or some other one-word answer. You must concentrate on maintaining the spell, a standard action, in order to ask questions at the rate of 1 per round. A question is answered by the power during the same round. You may ask 1 question for every 2 caster levels.
I have 3.
Yeah. Contact with minds far removed from your home plane increases the probability that you will incur a decrease in intelligence and charisma due to your brain being overwhelmed, but also increase the chance of the power knowing the answer and answering correctly. Once the outer planes are reached, the power of the deity contacted determines the effect. Random results obtained from the table are subject to the personalities of individual deities. On rare occasions, this divination may be blocked by an act of certain deities or forces. Avoid int con decrease. You must succeed on an intelligence check, not a saving throw. You know that, right? Okay.
So
You
wait,
must succeed on an intelligence check against this DC to avoid a decrease in intelligence and charisma. If the
So
check
another guy can
fails,
just contact
your
you?
intelligence and charisma scores each fall to 8 for the stated duration.
That raises
5
my
weeks.
charisma.
Yeah.
5 weeks.
And you become unable to cast arcane spells for weeks.
5.
Okay.
Okay.
If you lose intelligence and charisma, the effect strikes as soon as the first question is asked and no other answer is received. A successful contact is made. Roll a percentile dice to determine the type of answer you gain. A true answer, you get a true one-word answer. Questions that cannot be answered in this way are answered randomly. A don't know, a lie, and random. Okay, so
No, I'm hoping that if I do get in contact with her, she won't be mad that I'm contacting her. She'll be like, "Oh shit, you can contact me."
Oh, look, a
she
peon's calling.
she
That's an
actively
answer.
engages in the lives of her followers.
So
That's
So-
going for it.
Who are you attempting to contact?
yeah, but
I need you to state it
Blake-
for the defense, please.
Hecate.
Hecate, okay.
Question.
You're attempting to contact. Do you know what plane
Is
she
me
dwells on?
punching you
Yeah,
in the
I have
throat
it right here. Hold on, I have to pull it back up.
being active in your life at that time?
Sure.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
Oh, you said that Hecate is active in her followers' lives, and I said, yeah, Blake, but if I punch you in the throat, am I not active in your life right now?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Active
She
and beneficial are two
Two
different
different
words.
She has 2 divine realms,
And
one
they
on each on a different plane. So she's either on Aeya or Pluton. No, Pluton or Mineros. One's in the 7, one's in the 9 hells. The
She's
other
a
one's
greater deity.
Yeah, she's a greater deity.
She's where she won't.
Outer plane.
So the DC is 16. From the spell description, I assume it's in the book.
Yep.
Should have fell asleep before you did this.
Am I able to assist, even though I'm not really a caster per se, but I'm kind of?
You
I
want
cast
to
Fist at a
assist
high
in the
level.
intelligence check?
Is there any repercussions of that?
Well, yeah. If you fail, you're going to fall under the same circumstance, which is your.
Yeah.
You know, if only I was a full caster and not just a guy who drinks
I brought you
whiskey.
here
Damn
as
shame.
I knew the what would happen if I fucked up on this. That's why I brought you here, as if
Ladies and
I fucked up.
gentlemen.
I didn't bring you here to fuck up with me.
Let's raise a glass to Alec. We'll miss him.
Yeah, we are gonna miss that wizard.
All right.
You
That was
can
a
do.
shame.
I will allow you to do something like Fox's cunning to up his intelligence.
I just cast it on
He did that
myself
himself,
already.
right?
It is a skill check, so if you had like guidance or any kind of the spell that affects,
Yeah, go get guidance from the cleric. The lawful.
I
good.
just kept going. You got
purposely
this, buddy,
did not
and I
bring the
back
cleric
away.
along because I don't think he'd want me talking to Hecate. And I
he
didn't
would not.
ask-
Also,
Exactly.
the paladin he just hired. would
Exactly.
want to
That's
talk
why
to
I
him.
brought him with me.
Once again, I would like to
necessarily
bring up
stop
the
it.
fact that cleric did not know who the dwarf father was.
That's why
so
he lost his
how the
fucking
hell
beard.
are we going to assume that he knows who Hecate is?
Steve, before you roll, do you want to roll on that table in a dice tower or dice tray?
Going right here.
Okay,
Okay.
now hold on. So,
He has chosen.
You have chosen.
what is your? So, what is your? You do Fox's cunning on yourself. It gives you a +4 modifier to your intelligence, but it doesn't stack with your headband.
Correct. So technically, this gives me a +2, which puts me at a +7.
+7. Okay, so that means you need to roll a 9 or higher in order to meet this DC. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Bucko.
Can I sacrifice one of my level up cards
If
to
it
reroll?
What'd you get?
What?
This is a really strong card that would have been good for a boss battle.
All right. Well, what's the card?
Give somebody confusion for 3 rounds.
Oof. Damn.
I'll sacrifice that and get rid of it.
Yeah, that would have confused the
It's a
wyvern.
huge fucking thing for like a boss battle.
Is it a perception check?
But this is I don't want to lose my character for 5 weeks.
That was the risk you took.
Steve, how,
That's why I'm
bad,
sacrificing
how
shit.
badly did you just fail?
I rolled a 3.
I'll give you
So
$5 to make him succeed the roll.
Slap a 0.
No.
Let's keep real money out. He's offering his
can I-
card.
Because it is a like mental oriented card,
Perception check.
and there is a tagline that is voices in your head suggest horrible deeds, the horrible deed being attempting this in the first place. I will accept the card for a re-roll, but you must take the second result.
100%.
Is it a natural 1?
5.
So your total is
I
not
rolled
16,
7.
huh?
It's
So
5
the
plus
total is 12.
Oh, I'll burn both cards, honestly.
You should have switched die.
It's all over. It's
Hold
all
on.
over now.
He's currently standing at a 12.
5
You're
plus
you're
7.
not there to assist.
It's only me there.
Yeah.
Can I give him like moral
Do you have
support
anything you can do to help?
Why would you assist someone doing something that isn't...
He's about
Well-
trying to assist
No.
pulling him out of it,
No.
maybe.
Here's
No,
the
you're not
thing.
there.
I'm not there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Here's the thing. What are my options I could help?
Basically, we need some kind of.
Yeah.
You need some kind of boon to affect his mental stats. So, do one of your elixirs boost your mental stats?
They only work on me.
Right. But I'll allow you to force feed it to Alec.
You would allow it in this circumstance to work on him.
No, I will allow it on this circumstance to maybe work on him with severe repercussions.
I get it. So if he's dead, nothing bad can happen to him.
Exactly. Something like that.
Hold on.
I got nothing.
Wow. Shame.
Okay.
What do you
Let's
Nope.
see.
You just took the cover.
What you got there?
It's neat, yeah.
Any...
Alchemist fire.
Crafter's Fortune's a luck bonus, but that's on skill on crafting.
I don't have enough
Yeah.
money to get anything worth.
It's mental.
Cure wounds.
Mental.
Heightened awareness.
There you go. That's perfect.
Perception and knowledge checks,
I need 4,000.
but it's only a +2.
Well, that would bring you up to a 7, and then you would just need to find another +2.
Hold
Have a ring you can slip on
Maybe.
his finger?
Hold on.
Keen senses?
Keen. I don't have that one. Ruby fish.
Oh,
Negate
look
aroma.
at the parapet of one closure part.
Okay.
Yes.
Confidence bonus +1.
I just want to see what happens to him.
He goes down to
took the
8
rest.
intelligence and
That's what
charisma.
15,000.
What happens?
I'm gonna miss
No. Is he gonna like just walk down and be real dumb like? Is he gonna
Yeah.
be drooling on
Yeah,
himself?
well, I have a 10. It'll put me at a 10. Now, hold on. Does
No,
this
it puts you at an 8.
puts me at an 8? But does that discredit my modifiers?
Yeah.
Even with all the modifiers on me?
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
The power of the deity saying no
Okay.
overrules all of your magic items. Your intelligence score would become 8.
It's a max. It's like
5
a
weeks.
overrides everything. Yeah.
5 weeks.
I have a polypurpose, blah, 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 whatever. It could give him clarity +1 consequence on his roll, or resistance bonus on his saves.
Yeah, a +1 bonus on his roll, so now you only need to find one more. Which a guidance
Would have done.
would have done.
You could have been
Shame.
like, I'm gonna go do
I can
something
get
and
it.
just ask me to cast it on you.
Oh no, don't even. You would be so inquisitive. We know you
would
would.
have asked so many questions. And
I would
know
have
that.
made you
I
just
wouldn't have
pay
asked.
for it like a normal cleric.
You
That's
never
true.
would have let
You would
him
have let
talk
me
to
talk to
Hecate.
Hecate?
If you hadn't told me the reason what you were doing.
He doesn't
Okay.
know who
I'm gonna
Hecate
study
is.
the
Yeah.
scrolls.
Hey, dude, I need to get
Alright.
in contact with Hecate. Why? I
Really?
want to talk bad shit.
You could have just said you were gonna study the scrolls.
So
you
with
were
those,
in. I didn't know you had studied
it
them.
boosts him up. He's 1 short.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's 2 potions you're feeding him, right?
Oh yeah, that's 2 of my extracts. So
Yeah.
you're allowing him to work with
Yeah.
consequences.
With severe.
Which
Feed him a third one. Why
consequences.
not?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Could I then provide assistance and like try to correct the incantations, maybe, or? But then,
Yes, but if you fail the assist check, you
What-
would also.
is the DC doable?
Never.
It's an intelligence
It's a
check.
DC 16 intelligence check.
So I'd have to make the same save, is what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's just a straight intelligence shit roll?
Yeah.
I only have a +5, so...
You'd have to
Fox is
roll.
cutting
You'd
it
have to
yourself.
roll slightly above
Fox cutting it, It'll
average.
give you a +4.
How you give me a +4? You're all...
No, I thought you had Fox's cutting as one of your things.
No!
Oh, guidance would be really nice.
I
Right now.
could have given
You could have lied to
I don't
him.
know
He's an
if-
evil character.
How you are with him yet? We haven't had that conversation.
It's just
I don't
a...
know how cool you are,
no.
if you're down.
That would be so easy.
How
He's
cool
down,
are
clown.
you down? Like, are you down to like kill some motherfuckers?
So, but if I don't make it, I'm in the same boat, pretty
Yep.
much. I mean, unless I can use
What?
another one of my daily extracts of the same type thing with another +1. But it's the same
No,
thing.
but you could give those same daily extracts to yourself.
I could,
Can you
but
make
I-
more of them?
Whispering
I
in
have
my
like
neck.
6 level
Yeah.
1s per day, so
So yeah,
that's
you
2.
could. That you could.
But I
buff
could give
yourself.
myself a +2.
Yeah.
Or
Net +3. I
the
think.
heightened awareness is +2, then 3, so 3.
Yeah.
But that still puts me at, I'm
Need to
at
make
8,
Oh god.
which means I need...
Just slightly below average.
So I need at least an 8.
Yeah.
That was a 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, be like, come back.
Lots of good information, potentially.
Well, you also know the repercussion for failing this spell.
Yeah.
So you know that without him in the party, you're 5 weeks closer to dying because he's one of the people assisting you in your illness. I'm only going to throw that out there because I don't think you... Not necessarily that you want to help him, as much as you know he needs to help you.
So this is a very chaotic neutral situation of
It's
help
like,
him to
fuck,
help me.
he's an idiot, but I kind of need him alive right now.
Exactly.
You need him to scratch your back, so you have to scratch his.
Alright, you here and you're swirling a fuck. You fucking owe me to this shit. I will use 2 more extracts on myself. Get myself a +3, but I'm either an 8.
Yep.
And then you spit it into his mouth so it helps him.
Now I wish I
He
had.
baby birds me. He
Now I
mama
wish I
birds
had a
me.
mutagen to boost my intelligence.
Roll good. Roll good. Roll good.
Alright, let's see it.
To our party
Poison.
members.
Make
may
sure
they
there's
long
no other
remembered.
potion that would be
You're the
useful.
next to die. He's summoning
See,
heavy
Dylan,
tech.
you did it all wrong.
Cast
You've been
birds.
trying to kill me this entire campaign.
Fuck it.
Just let me do it myself.
Blue.
bud.
You got it.
Nope, that's a 3.
Oh no.
Fuck me! We're both out.
Oh, well.
Well,
Not good.
look at the bright side. Those
All
2
right.
days.
Okay, guys.
Go by.
He's unconscious. You're helping him. I feel like I could coup de grace you both.
We're not
and just
unconscious.
fix it. Yeah, but you're both busy. I
Who
feel
has
like
the
I
You're
combat
not,
could
trait
yeah,
reroll?
you're not there, though.
put you guys out of your misery.
No, I have one for if I roll ones and damage. And it gives me max die. Or
Tell you what, Dylan. Can I burn my lust card for diplomacy again? No, roll.
Nope.
No, +20.
I'll give them both of mine.
No, that's it.
knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
Alright.
Hey, that's part
The
of the fun of
first
the
thing
game.
I need to happen.
I know.
The first
But wait,
thing you need
maybe
to
it'll
have
reflect and affect her
is
too.
percent.
The first thing I need
So,
is for Alec to make a fortitude save.
He is not fortuitous. Oh, wrong die. Not too bad.
Wow, that's a 21.
Okay.
Oof. It's never good when he does that.
You are currently under no status effect. However, rashes begin to lice and build up on your skin, and you begin to reek and stink and smell as the components of your flesh begin to decay. Very similar to what Van smelled like back in Bard's Gate.
What?
Look, you two stank.
We don't have enough soap for this.
I'm gonna retitle this
There's
the
no
Van
soap.
and
I
Alec
have
table.
soap.
Oh,
Not
great.
that
Good to
much.
know.
Alright, do I
Yeah,
need to
but
make
you
any save?
render the fat for yourself.
Yes,
yourself.
you need to make a save as
cool.
well.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
It's all good. I'm gonna become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
no, this
could be
usually
fun.
angels are.
That's only a 1,
Yeah.
so that's 9.
I could summon you.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
does that mean
also
my next
demons,
failure
too.
activates?
Yeah, roll percentals.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Do you remember the
no.
percentage chance?
It's 7%.
7%. What'd you roll?
33.
Alright. You do not die this time.
Oh my god.
my
This
I would have
time-
haunted your ass forever.
Guidance.
So pretty much, That scroll just blows up.
Yeah.
Is it a? Are we all?
You guys are not even near.
Oh, also,
Is there an
both of
explosion?
your intelligence and charisma scores are now 8.
But did you do the UND?
Interesting question.
Hold on.
Is it
I'll
at
do the
8?
UND.
It is at 8.
So my cursor goes up.
Yes.
But your intelligence
I
goes
look
down.
much
We
better
discussed
now.
it before.
Ah,
I tried.
Do we?
Well, you
How
see, it's
loud is the
comparative
explosion?
because
It doesn't
you're
explode.
standing next to
It's
him
just-
now, and he looks way worse.
Imagine they're having a bad trip.
Oh yes.
Alright.
And when they come out of that bad trip, they're not the same.
Steve.
Oh god.
Like their Winston got
reading
left
this
in the
correctly?
desert, not the same.
Your intelligence and charisma are now 8.
When you guys find out, of course.
How
That's
long
a-
until one of us comes
My charisma
comes
gives
upon
no-
them first?
From
Oh,
the
I-
7 to
I-
8.
I was
Also,
looking at this.
Oh, yeah, I
because
guess
they
we're 23,
you're technically an arcane caster.
Yeah, that's a,
Yes.
I'm going to
That's a
say that
woman.
you cannot prepare your elixirs for 5 weeks. Because the
Yeah.
feedback of the scroll is that you cannot prepare spells
I
for
just
5 weeks.
I can't just get the formula right. It's just
Yeah, something's
too fuzzy.
off. Yeah,
Too fuzzy.
yeah.
Wow.
There's a bad hangover.
So when do we get to walk in on these two guys dueling on
Yeah, I
the
say we all just meet back in the pub.
We're not drunk.
I'm sorry.
Just-
I'm currently on a mission. Do you want to leave me alone by myself?
That's a very good point.
So, okay.
All you hear me say is blah blah blah. The baker. He's probably this way.
Ricardo!
Wait.
Alec,
I'm still walking.
We want
There we go. You're not with them there. You're following me over to James the
I
baker.
don't think that went right.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent use of resources, guys. I applaud you both.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Unfortunately,
I use my
sometimes
resources.
that's
to
That's
the best
why I
of my
said screw it.
ability.
Let's do it.
All right.
Part of fun.
It would have been cool if we did it.
Oh, it would have been a lot of good information
What
too.
are we doing?
You're
So,
following Ricardo.
Yeah, you looked at two troublemakers
that
a lot.
night you prevent Ricardo from committing larceny
Does he?
and arson, and I'm sure a slew of
Look,
other
first of all, it's
federal-
burgle, arson, arsony. And it's a mix of burglary, arson, and
To
larceny.
be fair, it's during the day because they're walking around by themselves.
Wow.
This is very true.
So yeah, you stop him from committing burgle larceny.
Burgle, arson, arsony.
Burgle
I get
arson
him back
larceny.
inside before the
And-
sun goes down.
Yeah, and you get him back inside.
I'm sorry, what's your strength score again?
Not as high as yours.
You're not
You
stopping.
bribe him.
I do have.
You
a
are
gun, though.
backpacking Ricardo as he goes to find James the baker.
I do
Alright.
have another dwarf with me though.
But I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to ask him some questions.
All right.
In a very violent fashion.
Do you genuinely go to the bake shop?
Looking for his cousin.
I know I shouldn't,
I still have
which
5
is why
bombs,
I'm
though.
going to.
Okay.
Watch him actually just be like an okay guy.
Once again, he's just a baker, and I can't pull a weapon. That's about all the information I have. And he's a man. This is man-on-man violence. They don't even care about this.
Okay, so you go to the bake shop and you rough up James the baker.
No.
Okay.
No. Just go. Do you know where your brother, your cousin, Bradley's main shop is?
Come on.
You know where he keeps the oven? I love his bread.
Yeah, he's got a shop down in Clavier.
Clavier?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Take it easy. And I write down in my notes, Bradley the baker, main shop, Clavier.
Aren't you illiterate?
Yeah. So there's squiggle lines.
Oh no, that's
Once
first edition.
again. It is first edition,
Yeah.
oh,
but I picked that as a character flaw.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
So I'm literally just writing random
lines.
scribbles down.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
You finally figured it
Crunk
out.
will write you every day.
This
But
is-
she can't read. That's okay. Crunk can't write.
All right.
I
Wait,
get it.
but I might
was-
be
that
able
was
to
a
learn
good show.
Commission.
Yeah.
You
I
missed the perfect opportunity.
What?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The
Muffin Man.
She's married to the muffin man.
Where's the sugar?
All right. Let's take a quick break.
Where are your gun drop
Break.
buttons?
I approve of it.
Nope.
He just became stupid.
Past that.
Oh, and I interrogated James the baker
Yeah.
subtly for information on Bradley.
Yeah. So, that night, you all reconvene at the tavern.
Before that night, I do some shopping.
That's fine.
Okay. As we discussed, out of whatever.
So, That night, you all reconvene at the tavern.
I just sit quietly and drink my drink. My head down, just.
There is visible differences in both Alec and Van.
Emotional?
He smells now.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
It seems to be that
Clothespins, clothesline pins.
Mhm.
Have they invented those yet?
I think
Probably not.
clothespin existed at the
You
point.
were just about to.
I have earplugs.
no, he wants
That'll
nose
work.
plugs.
I mean, you can put them in your nose.
Both of them are sneaking in.
Oh God!
The question is, would the clothespin work on a cobalt?
Two of them.
So we're
You
back
can
in the
just
room with
open
these
it
two.
and then you shove it.
Yeah, you guys are together.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So
Why do you smell?
yeah, well,
Because he has a nose.
he's already visibly showing rashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since I've seen his condition before and I've researched it with him, I'd already know the first one.
And you're familiar
Yeah.
with it bouncing.
And I'm just gonna go. What did you do?
I did a spell. Well, it definitely looks like something he did rubbed him the wrong way.
Yeah, that's normally what you do, wizard kid.
What exactly did you cast?
He didn't do
I
this.
did a spell.
Okay. Van, what did he cast?
He
going
failed
on?
to cast something.
A spell.
My head hurts.
Okay. Does he look for any worse for wear?
Can we do?
I tried to
spellcraft?
talk to a god.
Oh, how'd that go?
Which
Huh?
one?
Oh.
What did you say?
Do I put two and two together when he says, I tried to talk to a god?
You can roll spellcraft.
That's what
I can't do that.
wanted to do.
I would
No.
like to add Sherman would have his own room.
She wants to do it.
Sure. Roll spellcraft.
If I said that would be 2 minutes.
That's
ago.
what we were doing.
Dog.
People were talking over her at the time.
Everybody drink.
Oh shit.
And then everybody drinks that one.
No, that was a 15. This is 20 total.
Alright,
Nice.
so it's DC 15 base. You didn't witness the casting. You just went witnessing the symptoms of the casting, and it's after the fact. So 28 passes. You know they attempted to cast Contact Other Plane, and they are suffering the repercussions.
This is why I was
Or maybe they were trying to contact the plane of rashes and stank and succeeded.
Did you relay that information or you give it yourself?
Depends on what they're saying. Are you actually like saying?
I'm literally doing exactly what you're seeing right now. I'm eating pocket bacon that we probably got from the tavern, and I'm just sitting there quiet, not saying shit because I don't know what
Turns
to say.
out it's the potpourri on the
You
table.
can't have pocket bacon. They don't have Ziploc bags where we're at.
Yeah.
That's why it's in my pocket.
What?
No
Pocket
wonder he
bacon.
smells so
Not to
bad.
mention oily pants.
It's pocket bacon, bro.
He wears robes.
Yeah.
Again,
Right.
I'll let them know. Be like, oh, he can't.
Is it
smell.
pus or is it grease? I do
That
not
doesn't
know.
explain
Can
why
I-
you smell.
Can I roll a spellcraft to see if I would know?
Hey, you're-
I apologize.
you're good.
It would be a heal check to see if he's confirmed that
He
he's
helped
contracted
me,
disease.
so that's probably why I smell like him now.
Wait a minute. He has a headache and looks ashamed. So do you. You smell like him. There's rashes everywhere. Ricardo has put 2 and 2 together, and he
This
supports
happens all the
this.
time.
You make a nice couple.
Does this happen all the time in your?
I'm gonna relay to the party that
Why shouldn't
that
it?
his
No,
curse
when
can
they're
rebound
dirty.
if you cast certain magics on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
so
when two
he
people care for
cast
each
a
other,
spell.
it's okay.
He probably tried to help
Or he cast it
Or-
on me.
cast it on him.
Your assumption might be cast it on me.
Well, no, she told us about what
The
spell
contact
he
play.
cast,
Yeah.
so I know what spell he cast.
Yeah.
So
But that still doesn't answer my question to man. Why does he smell like you now?
Sarah.
That thing with
oh no,
The stuff.
the
bounce.
stuff and things.
They did something. It was not going well. I tried. This is why I was never in the academy for magic like that. No.
Is she
No.
mad at me?
My head hurts.
So you're telling me you guys fucked up?
I think there's one too many words in that sentence.
A lot of
No, I said word once now.
run off.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I don't think. Did you talk with the god? I heard no god.
Huh? I didn't hear anybody.
He didn't talk to
Ah.
the god.
So which god did you try to talk to?
Back attack.
I would like to add that Sherman is not in the same room.
No, Sherman's there.
No, Sherman is there.
I'm in control of Sherman.
Sherman is meeting us for the first time too.
Yeah.
He's
I have a
like,
level 8 intelligence. I have an 8 intelligence right now.
I think his rates just went up.
Yeah, he basically says like I can't
I need a raise.
work with you if you condone this type of action.
Let's
Wow.
find out what exactly he was doing.
You scared off the new guy. Props.
Okay. Can I do a
I
knowledge?
like how you're pulling a Bruce.
history,
You're
and
not looking at
religion
Grindir at all. You're
and
just like,
Nope.
Are you
No.
trained in it?
No.
Then no.
So, I rolled a 16, so that should at least count as a 10. Do I know what a Hecate is?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the evil goddess
She's a
of
god.
magic, and
Knowledge.
dreams,
also knowledge.
and knowledge. Yeah.
Does she look? Is she like best friends with Tiamat? Do I know that?
No, they live
Okay.
on different planes.
I don't care.
That's about all you would know.
That's good. That's all I want to know.
So
Is
We-
there a way we can attempt to fix them? Or is this permanent? For
This
now?
is
Semi-permanent.
This is semi-permanent. It's gonna last for 5 weeks. There's nothing that can overcome it.
Do we know the duration?
Yeah, you guys would know it's 5 weeks.
It's 5 weeks. Nothing can overcome it. Sounds like the last thing you just said.
Well, unless the DM decrees something that could, but I doubt we have
Greater
access to wish or
Restoration. Did you
miracle.
guys try Greater Restoration?
Won't work.
No.
I also don't
being
want to cast it
canon.
on
Okay.
him.
Per my quick research outside, up the DM, that would work or not. Because it works for feeble mind.
I'm Gauss.
Ah, gotcha.
Saying, hey, have you ever tried restoration magic? You guys look like you have a hangover.
Wait, can I understand him right now?
Do you speak Draconic?
I
Well, actually, no. You guys have lost languages.
Oh no.
So- However many bonus languages you knew from your intelligence modifier, you effectively only speak Common at this point.
I know Draconic just because it's a wizard thing.
Yeah, but you only have an 8 intelligence, so you effectively know -1 languages.
I think I get
So
like a
you barely understand Common. You're welcome.
Wait, I know -1 languages?
What's the ability modifier of an 8 score?
Negative.
-1.
It's -1. Your languages are tied to your intelligence modifier and your linguistics check, or your linguistics skill.
So I have commented this. For my,
So he lost all of the languages that he would normally know.
I technically have a 2 in that then. In linguistics.
Yeah.
Or a 1. I have a 1 in
You can
linguistics.
pay
Right,
them
so you can
£10
speak
per day.
Common
which is
and-
25 gold.
Common.
Common.
You can speak Common.
Common and
Common.
common.
Yeah.
Common and common. I like
How about
that.
a nice
That's a
common?
good common and common.
Yeah,
Common and common.
but a nice Common.
Common and common.
So again, if he's speaking to you in Draconic,
yeah, I look
You're
at you,
not-
Gauss, and I have no idea what you're saying. There's a look of.
He asked.
Yeah.
That was an angry grouse. What?
He asked
Yeah,
if you guys
I
have tried.
realize you can no longer understand.
So.
I look around. Who else can understand me? I'm not saying that. I'm just like,
Well, now, I
I
guess
think-
slapping around Bradley the Baker didn't sound so stupid
I can
after
only
all.
hurt this person.
High risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just need to stick this off. That's all.
for how long?
Yeah, give me a day or 2.
I don't know.
A day or two?
Yeah, give me a day or 2.
Seems like this must last a little longer.
My head just hurts. I'll be fine tomorrow.
you know,
That should be fine.
because they've already talked about it.
Yeah.
This is gonna last 5 weeks.
Shh, don't take my hope away.
So we're here for 5 weeks until these guys fix themselves.
Well,
Up to you guys.
that's spellcraft.
Wait, is
I
this
want to know if he would have known the repercussions before he cast that spell.
Yes.
Okay, but I rolled a 10, so I don't know anything.
The answer's still yes.
The answer's still yes.
and will always be?
I want to hit him.
You do so.
Yep.
Does he realize he's about to be hit?
Yeah. I walk up. Come here.
You can't understand him.
That's it.
Well, no, he does the gesture.
I laugh.
Here, I want to help you.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
you right now.
And a bug is right
Thank
there.
Wow.
Well, so
So yeah, the paladin Sherman is looking at you. He's like,
Oh yeah, this is a real ragtag group. You're messing with people that talk to evil gods.
He failed.
Dude, they brought me on to fight a deity's bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Why is she evil?
What is?
Well, you see how you're a follower and she
Why is she
magically slapped you
No,
around
that's a good
little?
question. You know what?
She didn't do that.
Gods are dumb.
Yeah, she
She
did.
didn't stop
Shut
it.
up. I don't know that.
Okay, note to self. Alec likes it rough from his deities.
Sherman puts in his 2-week notice
Alright.
and says that unless this is remedied, he will not associate with the party.
Alright, how about this?
Sure me.
2 to 1. We're going to have to take a break for 5 weeks. So,
Also,
meet us again here at this pub in 5 weeks. These two obviously have made some kind of very grievous and just straight out dumb mistake. So, I will make sure they understand the error of their ways, and we will get back to our righteous cause.
The next time I do it, I'll be much more prepared.
It's been like a shitty 6 weeks.
Alec.
He has no filter right now.
Yeah, his
Alex.
charisma's 8.
Yeah.
You know what's a great thing to look at?
It's normally 7.
What's the floor look like, buddy? Look at the floor.
I go up to
Look at
Sherman.
that paneling.
I'm like Sherman.
Oh, hey, man.
Sherman.
You know what?
Sherman.
I should hold on to your money for you so
I'm in
that you don't
control of
lose it.
Sherman.
For now.
Because
My
I'm the
head
strongest
really,
member of the
really
group,
hurts.
and I would be the
Yeah.
best
Do you know any
person
way
to
to fix
defend your
this?
finances for you.
I'm not even
You
bothering
just
like
watch
hiding my
me.
face at all,
No,
so he
hold on to
sees
it.
But be
stuff.
careful.
and
There's a
Crystal
rope
formations.
you can pick your pocket.
Anything.
Sounds like you need some worship and prayer.
I don't want to talk to a god for a while. That didn't go so well.
did he just give us like a
Yeah.
religious
You
camp?
need, religious
What?
icons.
Grandir, I don't
Whoa.
think he's a good guy at his job. He can't help me.
I don't
Alright.
know if it's the
Alright,
God you're
Sherman.
worshiping or the God
Actually,
you
wait.
need to be worshiping, but get
Grandir,
church.
Grandir, can you
Yeah?
fix this? My head hurts.
Yeah, we can fix this. It just.
Just don't hit me with the hammer again. That hurt.
Oh no, we
Oh.
won't hit you with a hammer. My
You almost
Yeah.
broke my horn.
You could have
We're
practiced
for 5
everything.
weeks.
Oh.
Alright, so yeah, he agrees to meet back here in 5 weeks and a
In 2
day.
days.
And 2 days
5 weeks and 2 days.
to give you time to, you know.
There's one
get-
day of retribution.
Yeah, get
and
the
the
bill.
second day of forgiving.
Now, the real question, do we have any manacles we can just tie these two up?
We do. We have 3 sets.
I'm going to my room. Good
I
night.
know why you have 3 sets.
Kinky.
Try and I'll break them.
Kinky.
Okay, so this kind of throws a loop into what I had planned for the night. So are you guys gonna wait the 5 weeks or not?
Well,
Yeah,
while
we're waiting the
here,
5
we're
damn
going to do
weeks.
some research.
I am fine to travel and fight. My
But I'm
friends.
gonna put a wig on the drow
I
and
can
say
throw
it's a girl to
anything.
go out.
I took
Oh,
the
that
ability.
I hold up my crossbow.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I can fight.
I can still count the 2.
You just can't count to 9.
1, 2.
I can fight. I have a crossbow. I'm fine.
You added more. 10. I can still count to 2 5 times, I think.
What's
Yeah,
2 times 5?
I can still fight, Grandir, don't worry. I can do it. Want to see? Let me
Alright,
show you. I can still
let's
make a
take
bomb.
it to a didn't make a stupid decision vote. And who here wants to stay the 5 weeks?
I do.
Didn't.
Put your hand down.
Shush.
So I made a really good decision.
We
I'm
counted
just
it.
stupid
We
about
count,
it,
and
though.
we're counting your vote.
Oh, okay.
I'm willing to
Thank you.
go.
Now, who wants to stay the 5 weeks?
I do.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm willing to travel with
All right.
This would
Do
put
we
you in
really
line to
have to
communicate
ask
with your
who
family.
doesn't now?
Oh,
Wait.
I-
Who's not voting?
I'm not supposed to vote. You told
we
me to
have
put
no
my
choice.
hand down.
There you go. So
Okay.
your vote's counted under the not voting.
Yes.
So, we're gonna do this going this way.
I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry, just get better.
Better.
And also,
I'm
Isa,
sorry.
stop putting
roll
popcorn
percentals.
within arm's reach of me.
And can I do 5?
Oh no!
Please
Wait,
do that.
that could be bad.
It hurts my teeth. It's a terrible thing.
Why?
39.
Okay. 39 trolls enter the town.
Make
Ah!
a fort save.
Oh, what?
Is it from-
I think we're all about to stink.
I'm sorry.
That one.
Oh boy.
All right.
Did Blake
I'm a
ever-
plague on the land. Am I?
No.
You're both
Just
chaining
from the
up.
tavern.
You're no fun.
Just chaining them to the donkeys.
And you have to chain me. I'm going to go to my room. After I go see
Grendier,
Temple.
Yes.
Roll for it, save.
the paladin gives you back the axe
Mm-hmm.
and says that he doesn't really want anything to do with you until this situation is resolved.
So for the 5 weeks.
But he kept the money.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Or are
Yeah.
you going to?
He was going to stay in town because,
He lives here.
rightly, I mean, for the most part, he's mostly contracted to go out and kill orcs.
Cool. Yes, that's what we'd want you to do as well, actually.
Let's go kill
Orcs, gnolls, giants.
In the 5 weeks that we're totally not paying you for up until then.
Yes, of course. We're not.
That's
This
10
is
seconds.
the loan back, and we'll get back to you.
That's 10 seconds.
But to be fair,
Okay.
we can, while we're
Alright,
here,
but we're going in order,
go out.
so that's that.
Gauss,
To be fair.
Yeah.
roll percentals.
That we could do side quests.
11.
In 5 weeks.
You want to roll high.
69.
100.
Got him.
Do this.
Ah, crap. He's not going to let me roll 40.
83.
Nice.
Okay,
That's
make a
high.
will save.
Oh, we know.
But we wanted high.
The white boss is good.
No.
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 Not the spin down, Josh.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a
You
reason
know-
it's
That
called
was also bad.
spin down.
Joshua,
7.
do you know he doesn't even know
Okay.
that there's not a 20 on
You,
that? 'Cause he
you
didn't
have a
lift it.
growth 2 beginning to jut from your shoulder blades.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, and
Can I put a
laugh.
card on that one to reroll?
If you like.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Are
I
they,
didn't know the cards could be used so
Draconic
liberally for
growths?
rerolls.
or are they crystalline
wonder.
growths?
They're powerful cards. I think it,
What kind
do
of
you
growth
even
are
spend
they?
for it?
No.
I think
He has
he,
all his
Are
cards
they
from the
pulsating
beginning,
growths?
or most of his cards.
No.
he has a lot of cards, yeah.
That's
Look,
fish.
He never
she's
used them.
like a wing of
Or maybe it's
Of
more
course, what he
heads.
doesn't know is that what Dylan doesn't know is that he went out and
Imagine
bought his
Gauss
own deck
having
and
3
just
heads
had
to
one
talk.
so often.
You know what's very funny? I was at Get Your Fun On, and I was thinking about whether to get a deck for.
Yeah, you just
Come
start
Let it
pulling out
happen,
random-
gals. Let it happen.
on, man. You got this.
10.
Even better. 14.
Okay. The growths look much more prominent, and you now have a fly speed of 5 feet.
Oh, you grew wings? You
Tip up.
evolved.
You basically, like, if needed to, you can hover in your square.
I can hover in your square if I wanted to.
And you start to think that your form is kind of
Turning into a dragon.
breaking through your condition.
Nice.
So he's like a hummingbird.
You know,
So
I'm
describe what he looks
starting
like
to
now.
think
Huh?
that
What does he look
I
like
already had
exactly?
wings.
What?
I already had wings.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, they're
They're more
actually
effective.
giving you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're being swole.
They're
So swole-boned wings.
So over the 5, we should see in front of a mirror.
All right, Alec. I need you to make a will save.
It's gonna be like, what the fuck were you
That's a
doing?
9. Not too bad. I tried to help you, man.
That's what you
14.
needed for the other one.
Yeah.
Only but we should put the
Too soon. Too
I
soon.
need you to make another will save.
Oh,
Wouldn't have helped.
Red one. Yeah. Which one? Not that one.
That's 20.
Total.
Mhm.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Proud of
20.
you.
I need you to make an intelligence check.
That, red. Always go red.
That's a.
Cards go?
-1.
What, am I at an 8? So I'm at -1?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. I need you to make a will save.
Roll the bright red one.
Whoa, Raggy.
That's 17.
That came
Now
up
make
with
an
more
intelligence
Pennywise
check.
than anything.
That's a 10.
I need you to make a will save.
Just saying that.
That's cocked. That's cocked.
Is it though?
I
It
mean,
was cocked when it
that's a
landed,
1.
but I moved my hand and it stopped at 1.
All right. Now
Because
I
I
need you
was
to make a will
pushing the
save.
table.
that's a will save. Oh wait, no, my will save. All my will saves are not 8. No, yeah, they are because
They're wisdom, not
yeah,
intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 plus 16 is a lot.
Okay. Now make an intelligence check.
24.
Natural 20.
Nice.
So 19.
Roll percentals.
This one is the fact where it's just like, oh, wait, he's already
43.
I like
He's
it.
been dead.
Okay. Roll a d12.
Oh, I didn't get a D12.
And that's
ready.
You didn't grab a D12 here, Steve. Here's a D12.
That's a 1.
Any mistakes?
Should use mine.
It's okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so over the course of the 5 weeks, you have one dream where Hecate comes to you.
She bitch slap him.
Does she laugh at you?
She is not present, but she grants upon you a vision where, when you were a young adult, probably 13, 14 time frame,
So
you were effectively a slave for a very prominent wizard within the city of Bard's Gate. However, he was not so prominent that he was known throughout the world. He was just kind of like a local minor celebrity.
Okay.
What I mean by that is he took you in once he saw that you had some form of magical prowess. He did not teach you, but he allowed you to study in his library and teach yourself. And any kind of mistake that he caught you practicing magic with was disciplined painfully out of you. You were beaten, not really fed much. Like you didn't have really. You basically had a spot on the floor to sleep on. He treated you like a dog, and he was an abusive owner kind of thing.
Okay.
And every now and then he would basically grab you by the hair, throw you out into the yard, and would test spells on you to see how they would react to humanoid
Do I
contact.
remember his name?
No.
Is anybody else getting that Bloodsport Peacekeeper thing going on here?
Wow, the parallels.
Okay.
We have the same backstory.
All right. Roll percentiles.
What if they're all zeros?
It's 100.
100.
Okay, you managed to purchase one item worth 100 gold of your choice while you're in the city.
And
A
not get
bag full of 100 gold.
Sure.
That's what man with simple needs.
Wow.
What are you gonna buy with your 100 gold? A bag filled with 100 gold.
How much
Okay.
is the bag?
So now you have a $5
Free.
gold. Yeah.
Because I managed to procure it using the magic.
Of a 5-finger.
You were
these
so
guns.
preoccupied with us, you forgot about.
Once again,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to brandish weapons, but they said nothing about a slight tap to the nose.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, that's a shame. Wait, so he gets wings, he gets a dream, and I got 100 gold. I feel slightly robbed.
Well, this is the first time he's ever been able to roll.
And I've been rolling like crazy.
Well, no, I'm just saying, during the town while everybody's taking 5 weeks off, you would basically be like,
I'm bored. Take this.
hey, I'll fight you for that. No? Okay. Occasionally you do find some dumb motherfucker who's like, okay, yeah, but if I win, I get that. And you're like,
no, and just
all right.
Well, look, I only have this +1 sword, and I don't really know how to use it, so,
We gotta do this
Effectively.
again.
All right. Roll a fort save.
I would take an anti-plague for my medicine because I'm desperate.
Can you craft that when you're
I
in?
have 3 still, and I could craft them. I'll probably be making some over the 5 weeks.
Okay.
It's just going to cost me more because I can't just
and also say this.
Yeah.
for cheap. So.
Yeah.
6 of that, so 4 sound affected, so that's a 14 plus 5, 19.
Okay, roll percentiles.
What are you doing?
4.
You die.
I'm dead. I told you I would only kill myself. Dylan cannot kill me.
Yeah.
Do we find
Alright,
he's dead?
everybody applaud.
Unless I can spend my last only
No,
plot
you're dead.
twist card to seduce the DM to stay.
Please.
Yeah,
Say
I'll-
no.
I'll
Say no.
yeah.
We've been doing exchange plot cards for rerolls. I'll allow you to either reroll the fort save or reroll the percentals. You
No,
get
I
to pick.
reroll percentals.
Yeah,
If I'm
that's
dead,
what
I'm
I would
dead.
pick too.
No,
If
reroll
I'm
the
dead,
percentile.
I am dead. It's okay.
Alright, but if he rolls lower, he's super
for it to
dead.
happen.
Here,
Exactly.
please.
I like it.
Yeah, girl.
59.
God.
There you go. All right, you're alive.
Damn.
Nope, still here. Still here.
Alright,
You
alright.
stop breathing for a second,
Wait.
and then Rael runs over and is like, "Hey man, I need some help with this
Oh fuck.
man." Oh, she starts. Come on,
Wait,
come on.
wait, I have a question. If I gave you a card, would he have to re-roll it again?
Fucked up.
That's kind of actually.
Would it be fucked up, or would Blake look at me and go, respect?
What if that card
No,
has the
if
letters
you did,
V,
I
I,
would- I'd
S,
laugh.
and A on
Yeah.
it?
Like I
exactly.
said, I intend Van to survive
Once
unless
again,
he kills himself.
Odd cards can be exchanged for re-rolls. No one said it had to be my re-roll I'm exchanging for.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So
It's
in
like
my stupor of barely surviving.
Yeah. Well, that was just the first week.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've got 5 more of these?
4, but yeah.
But with me not using bombs on the daily, with only 5 bombs a day, does that actually help my condition?
Well, so that's what I was
But now
saying
we need to
is,
speed it up.
if you don't consume anything
Mm-hmm.
for like a month and basically starve whatever this is, you will revert. But since you took the potion that you've crafted to get to boost your fortitude,
Oh,
It's
it's
not
no
until
chemical
the
like
anti
anti-plague.
And
that's not something you have to make
if
with your
it's like
elixirs.
new bib-
No, it's not
Your
an extract.
catalysts, I mean.
It's not a catalyst, not extract. It's, it's just
Okay.
a random. It's just an alchemical item you can buy or make.
Gotcha.
Gives you plus
sorry.
5 to
yeah,
fort
we'll
save
wreck on
against
that.
disease.
Yes, then yeah, in that case, that's not going to affect. It's only when you consume something that you make with your
My class features.
Your class
Correct,
features.
which I'm not now. I can't make extracts. I'm not using them.
Yeah,
And I'm not using my bombs, so basically it would start consuming them back.
yeah.
So would that on the first week help at all?
You have to go a month
Yeah.
in order to.
Would I observe anything good?
Yes. Well, you feel hunger, but you're not hungry. Like you recognize that whatever this is trying to push your endorphins to get you to consume the catalyst, or at least be near it, so it can filter feed off of some of
Yeah.
the fumes it gives off. You know what I mean?
I got you.
But you're intelligent. Well, maybe not in this case. But in your circumstance, you're under a circumstance where you physically can't, and so you're effectively starving it.
Yep.
Right. So that was the first week. Go ahead and roll another fort save. You may use another.
All right.
Can I ask a question? Since this is week by week,
Yeah.
would I notice this like sudden change in condition for that?
Yeah.
I would also like to put. I just bought an Aegis of Recovery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on him.
Okay.
Oh boy,
What does that do?
Where is
we're about to find out.
Hey, what's that spell with the dreams?
Polypurpose
That's what I thought.
finishing.
Quit touching yourself or you'll
Yeah,
go
so it
blind.
does give saving. Is this? It's not a disease, correct?
It is a disease.
It is a disease.
It's a magical disease, so it still counts as a disease for most things. It's just not like a remove disease fixes it instantly, because that would be, well, too
Yeah.
easy, and I wouldn't want that. Good, that's
so
not chemical.
it gives. Grants a +2 resistance bonus on all saving throws made to recover from continuing effects such as ongoing poison damage, daily saving throws against disease.
Okay. That's fine, but it's gonna stay with his because it's a
Yeah,
different
mine's an
bonus.
And
alchemical
then
bonus.
if
So
he does drop below 0, it does heal him for 2d8 plus 3 points of damage.
It's not hit points damage that he's getting.
He's just straight dying.
Yeah, he's just
Well,
straight dying.
Well,
Like atrophy.
I'm
What
not
kind of-
dead yet!
What kind of death was that?
He's not
Instantaneous?
dead
Yeah.
yet!
okay, so +2 circumstance bonus, +5 alchemical bonus, plus the 8 I got, plus my 8. That is 16.3.
Trying to put out the fact.
Okay.
So I didn't fail.
So for that's week 2,
week 2, and then
a 23 passes.
yes, and then of course
Week 3.
they gotta make the percentile roll.
No, you pass, so you don't roll.
Oh.
It's on a fail that you roll.
Oh, noted. Well, that's not that bad then.
Yeah.
Ish.
Stop failing.
Okay.
Stop failing.
Okay.
All right. So then the next week.
Just
Yep. Week
do
3.
better!
What's with the red? So that's a 10 right there. That's 15.
Easy there.
Yeah.
How many times can you use the Aegis of Recovery?
Once.
Once.
I mean,
Daily.
once no. Once he dies, then it just disappears. But it does the effect continually.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you still have that.
Okay. So 25.
25 passes.
Yep.
There's no spells we can cast on him though to boost his chances as well, correct?
None that last long enough.
Wow.
You would
Blake
need
got to roll
resistance
twice and you
plus
got
one
gypped.
save.
Oh, I gotta roll 5 times.
Yeah,
roll
but
So that's a
he has got to
19.
roll once.
So I know I'm gonna pass that.
A 19 total?
No, I got 19 on the roll.
Oh, yeah. 19 passes.
So
It
I'm-
don't last long enough though.
And then now the last
Unless
one.
a really high roll does really good stuff.
Yeah, give me a total.
So, alright, that's 27 plus 5, 32 plus 2, 34. Does that change anything?
You go back one.
Oh, so I don't know, no chance of dying yet.
No. You're still at a chance of dying. Because you were 2 into that.
Oh.
So now you're 1 back.
Oh, gotcha.
You're
So
still
now do your
one
5th
in.
one.
Black.
Yeah, you were just at death's door.
Burn,
Now you just
black.
step back to the threshold.
Yeah.
He was in Death's foyer.
Make a note of that. Gotta make 2 of those.
Hard crafting thing.
Now he's going back onto the Adirondack chair.
28.
He's
30
a
on
desk
that.
coat rack
Total.
right now.
Okay, that one pops you down as well.
So
And since you just went 5 weeks
Now
without
he's at
consuming your
death's
effect,
door.
and consuming 5 bomb stuff daily. What does that do?
With explosive results.
See, I almost die and I come back stronger than ever.
Mm-hmm.
so
You're a fucking Saiyan.
Zenkai boost.
you currently have a
I had a -5 to my
He's not
speed.
even-
right. That's gone.
I was down 2 bombs before.
That's gone.
Okay.
You know what, Steve? You don't deserve nice things.
I had the percent
I
of the
know.
die, that's gone.
Yep, that's gone. According to my chart, you now only you lose your DR to magic.
Okay, that's
However,
completely
you've
gone.
also however you've lost your vulnerability to
deserve
sonic.
Okay. So all the external crystalline growth actually gone at this point.
Yeah,
They just like fall off.
and that would include it effectively falls off and he sheds it.
So
So you
I'm
would
fully
also
flesh?
on the outside.
Well, yeah.
However, you still have lesions on your body
Okay.
from the healing process.
So then my other question is,
your tumors are gone.
yes, so when my bits that were crystal, that now reverted to flesh, are the
Yeah.
old scars from the experiments gone? Like as if new flesh has been there? Or do those
Your-
come back?
Anywhere where there was crystal is now scar tissue.
Like it's new kind of scar tissue?
Yeah.
Okay.
But is it hard as a rock?
No.
But I feel better.
You do feel
You know what? That was the best thing that happened to me for 5 weeks,
Yes,
guys.
right.
That's great. Can you clean up the crystals?
Yeah,
Is
Wait,
Jamie
hey,
gonna
that
get a
was week
chance
1,
to
bro.
roll for what happened in
was
his
week 1.
first of
We have
5
4 more
weeks?
weeks.
No, that was all 5
We're not
weeks.
yet. He's last, and then we're
Yeah,
gonna go.
yeah.
He just
I know,
basically-
but,
he
like,
blitzed through my
Blake's
5
rolled
weeks
like 7
to see if I
goddamn
die.
things since.
Yeah.
He's Jamie and Jamie basically. So hold on, I want to ask you one more thing.
Did
All
you
right.
blitz through mine too?
Huh?
No,
Did you
you got
blitz
a
through
chance.
mine?
What do you mean?
The way you did his?
Yeah, you've rolled all 5.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Okay, so Jamie,
Hello.
over the course of those 5 weeks, you get your package from your family.
5 weeks.
It is a
What,
collection
your wings fall
of
off?
trade goods and gems worth about 1,000 gold.
Noted.
Your legs fall off.
And in it, there is the cipher, the book needed effectively for your book code.
Handwritten in.
It is handwritten in your sister's hand.
What language?
It is written in common.
She's probably pissed at you for not remembering how to fucking talk to her.
No. I would like to do this alone.
Okay, yeah, you can do so.
Would you like me to leave the room?
Yes.
I'm the cleric. I'm just taking care of our 2 down party members in the entire. 5
That's some
weeks.
holy shit.
It's just not like you're feeding me and changing my diapers and shit. I just
No,
have a really
making sure
bad
you're
headache.
making
He's
sure
admitting he has diapers though.
And so,
Yes, I'm a big boy. I wipe
Alright.
my own ass.
okay, guys,
Yeah, but he still can't do front to back.
guys, we're trying to do a one-on-one with Jamie. Sorry. Okay. So in the code, you learn she's been doing some research on that thing you've been looking for, the Obelisk of Throne,
Okay.
and she is fairly certain that it's somewhere on the surface because her contacts in the Underrealms don't necessarily have a history of it.
Okay.
So when the guy tasked you with stealing it, it was because he knew you were going to be adventuring on the surface for a while. So from this you can deduce that the thing you're looking for is somewhere up on the surface realms. It's probably not known to the dwarves or other drow, so you would really want to be looking for information on it, probably in
Human settlements.
human settlements. Most notably, she gives you a lead that are down in the Borderlands, which is south of Bard's Gate. It's basically right behind you, in the city of Troy.
City of Troy.
Yeah.
How do you spell Troy?
Troye umlaut. Like a
Umlaut?
something over the E.
Umlaut.
Yeah.
An accent, perhaps?
Of sorts, yes.
And asking for the Obelisk of Throne.
Yep. Look at you guys taking notes on these characters.
As if you knew I was.
Listen, I don't want to be accused of that nonsense. I'm not taking note one about his character. You take it back.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, so she sends you some money as a care package. It's in trade goods, so it's going to transfer 100%.
Okay.
You're not going to lose any. She gives you a little bit of an update about the family. Everybody's well and in good health. However, there are some... She uses the phrase external forces that are encroaching. So whether that's...
Alarming.
well, you don't know if that's encroaching or encroaching. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'll pay to get a message sent showing concern for what's going on, thanking her for the care package, and to send any more information back to Apotheosos.
Okay.
And then we're squares.
Coolly cool.
Dan treats the group to a wondrous feast at a very expensive restaurant.
It's been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to McDonald's.
While we're having the feast.
I apologize to the group.
Yeah.
You guys finally see their hangover wane.
5
I
weeks.
still have a
of
headache.
hangovers.
I still have a headache.
Yeah.
I appreciate your patience. Fucking owe me.
My bad.
My
bad.
Let me tell you what.
you can bring to this
I have-
table is my goddamn bad.
Fuck off, God! You're not there.
That's
Yeah.
Sherman
Dylan,
talking.
I want you to look at me.
Look here.
Marshmallow.
Do you understand how many times I had to watch you change your own diapers for the past 5 weeks?
You were wearing diapers?
You were too.
Yeah, it's more.
He has an intelligence of 8. Apparently, that means you.
But you
learn
do notice
7
that
now.
I look better.
So
I look much better.
You know what, Van? I know you had no part in this, and you probably were only dragged in.
I
No,
was,
And you look great. By
you
the
know
way.
what? I was dragged in, and I just tried to save him, and unfortunately, it rebounded, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you for the.
There's good reason for this.
No problem. It's they
Am
can
I
take
right?
care of us.
Listen,
and patience.
listen. There's a
still
reason
owe me
for
a
it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. The sword of air is called Hecate's right arm, right?
The entire
And-
restaurant gets quiet.
What? Hand. Arm. Hand.
He's still
Extension of
recovering.
me, but am I right? That chick I've told you before has talked to
You
me.
refer to her as chick.
Oh,
That's Steven talking.
You hear the thunder
That's-
roll.
That sounds.
You
That
are
That was
sounds like-
Alec talking.
You are
I'm
talking
sorry.
Alec.
y'all know that bitch I worship.
Yeah.
She knows
Would
I
you
mean it
like-
with
okay,
respect.
Steve, you may want to reword.
She knows who she's dealing with, okay?
Steve, you
She
may want
knows
to
my
reword what you
vernacular.
just said.
Let's retreat.
I don't think. I don't
You
think.
get a
Retcon.
feeling you should
Retcon.
update your lexicon,
Retcon.
I will-
referencing the goddess of
Okay, let me
magic.
retcon that real quick.
I feel like.
Retcon, Matt, go ahead.
The amazing thing,
Like-
woman,
I smell burning.
being.
You could just say
I'm
her
gonna call
name.
something that's greater than you.
No, he has to put a title on.
Deity.
Me?
Whatever that
The
word
great
is.
deity.
Even Rael knows.
Yeah, I have to listen to you say it all the time.
Oh,
Oh, good Lord's here.
All these things.
Yes.
Oh, I have one for
I
you.
was on a roll
Superior.
there for a
The
second.
great mistress
I figured
Hecate.
you think she's evil. I don't know why she's evil, but if somebody was going to talk to her, why would you talk to her? I was going to do that for us.
We were not going to talk
than you. Whatever the
to a god.
Wait, hold on, Grandier. You?
Wait.
Rephrase. Let's not talk to an evil god
Oh, well,
that
that's
wants
better.
nothing more than to destroy us all.
Does she?
What?
Yeah.
Does she actually?
Then
want
why
to kill us
aren't
all?
they destroyed?
Can I? Isn't she a completely evil god of magic?
I gotta ask
Neutral
you,
evil.
Grandier.
Oh.
That doesn't mean she wants.
If she wants to destroy us all, why didn't she destroy those two?
That's
Your
a good
logic
point.
is flawed.
That's a very good point.
Evil
She-
needs people.
That
in
was
order
Did
to
Did you
do
just
evil
get out
things.
religioned by the barbarian?
The non sequitur, non-religious
I
barbarian.
I spend a lot of time hiding out in
So-
churches.
Why?
Bring
May I
him
ask, did you
the
not
finest
take
ale you got. He
my
earned that
aid?
shit.
Even
No,
though
no,
I
I'll
probably
just
would
take
not
good
have given
beer.
you my aid.
That right there. You just answered your own.
I might have given you some logic to complete with that plan.
Let's be fair, would I have listened to you?
Okay, so let me
Wait,
get this straight.
Hold on. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Yes.
You, who values religion and faith above all, didn't want our friend, our great dear companion Alec to. I can't
Friend has an
I
R.
can't, even,
in
say,
it.
I can't even say it with a straight face. You tried to talk to an evil god. You have problems with this guy for trying to talk to an evil god. Mash it out already, please.
Rael, I really
Throw
gotta state
fists,
that I
please.
feel like that friend
We're about
word
to.
you use shouldn't have the R in it.
Fiend? Oh yeah, fiend.
Yeah, a fiend of ours.
That's a good point.
Wow, that is right
Look.
there.
Yeah.
What, you never put
Alec.
that together?
You know what?
Can we
Good
just-
for you, Alec.
I'm hiring another dwarf to come with us on our escapades in order to
Exceeding
gain
the
We should
hesitation.
apologize to
Hiring.
him.
for
Dwarf.
for some
I can
bounties to
understand
gain
you,
some
Ken.
money.
Hi.
Actually, that's a good point.
It's good to see you.
Is he gonna wanna even adventure with the party?
He said if we
I
fix
already
this.
said. He said that I had 2 days. I told him 2 days.
You look
after
No, no,
5
no.
weeks.
That's not the problem. They're fine.
I say that as I
Oh,
look down
thank
at
you. I didn't know you thought about
It
that.
isn't that big of a deal to adventurers, as much as I would believe. Correct?
What?
He would be all right with a drow being on the actual party. Correct?
He doesn't. He's not racist. He just
Yeah.
doesn't interact
Species
with evil.
is-
Yeah, he doesn't interact
Yeah.
with evil beings.
That's
I
why
like how
asked.
he's pointing right
He was
at
asking if there would be
Steve.
a problem. and I'm curious if it was.
Steve, how
Yeah.
long does it take you to craft an item for me?
It depends on the gold value. 1,000 gold a day.
Okay. Shit. Well, the item cost is, like,
To buy it, I usually pay half. To craft it.
okay, 8,000.
8,000 I put to pay
8
to
days.
craft.
Okay.
Right, so 8 days.
Okay.
And
I want him to
8,000.
craft me a headband of alluring charisma.
Wait, you
Plus
have
6.
8,000 gold?
Nice.
You thief!
Plus
You're-
4.
Headband of alluring charisma, Pathfinder.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
You've been saving it, kid. Gosh, you're looking a little
You know, I
swole
think
over
we should
there.
hire another barbarian too.
I think it's bonus squared, unless they changed it.
All
so
right, it's gonna cost you
16,000
It's
36,000?
It's 16,000,
No.
but it's 8,000 to craft.
to craft,
So
right? But it would take
that
him
would
16
be-
days.
Oh, it still goes by the original
That'd be
gold price?
18,000.
Huh?
It still goes by the
Goes
original gold price?
For
no.
crafting time, yeah.
Yo, that's insane.
Well, actually, here's the thing. It's only going to cost us 8 days because it's 8,000 for the original crafting price. So it's only going to cost me 4,000 to craft that.
I don't believe that's right.
I don't believe that's right either.
It's usually the bonus squared. So if it's a +4, it would be 16,000.
Now,
It is 16, because that's half of 32.
Oh, he's getting the +4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I can't afford
2,000 plus 2, 8,000 plus 4. 18,000 plus 6.
So it costs you 8,000 to build it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay. I guess I adjusted the chart. Yeah.
You must
Yeah.
be thinking 3.5.
It's going to
I probably
cost
am.
you 8,000. Give me 2 seconds. 8,150 gold.
okay.
So
Do
you're gonna
they have
charge
a
him
return
150
policy
gold?
on the one I already bought?
No, but you.
Wait,
can-
you have one
Yeah.
already? It's a +2?
Yeah.
It's going to cost you even less.
Yeah, because he can just up that.
I'm just going to up that one. So go back to that.
Then it would actually
The
cost him
original
4,000.
one.
So take the
plus-
price of the one he has and subtract it
2,000.
from the one that he's making.
It's going to cost 6,000. So it's going to cost you 6,150 gold. Because
Yeah.
you're going to buy the spell for me that I need to actually cast it.
6,120?
150.
So, Grandier, I think I'm hiring 2 barbarians to follow us.
You also need to give me a
Just to
silver
keep you on
headband
your toes.
with some red and orange gemstones, and I will create it
I
for you, and it
appreciate
will
that.
look like
They
a dragon that's eating another dragon, and it's one little creature.
Also, I recently found out that Bradley the baker is baking his bread via the act of necromancy.
You know,
He's making the yeast rise from the dead.
Sense motive.
I'll sense motive on that.
Oh. You sense motive?
I
13.
recommend that you do not travel.
It's
Anywhere
Orcus
near-
bread, sir.
Okay, what?
He's making little Orcus bread men.
What?
Question.
What grounds do you make these accusations?
On the grounds that he did.
I now have eagles.
Do you have evidence saying he didn't?
Natural 20. I now have Eagle Splendor as a level 2 spell. I cast that, and it takes us 6 days.
So over the next 6 days, you'd be crafting that.
I'll be
So we're here for another 6
Or
fucking
while we're
days.
traveling.
So 5 weeks is a total. 7 times 5 is 35. So that's 35 days plus another 6 days. That's
Yeah,
41 days.
I thought for those 5 weeks you couldn't do crap because
He's
you're
not.
too
He's
dumb to
adding.
build it.
He's
Okay.
he's doing the.
Oh, you're doing the time of days, not of days. But yes, I have it on very good authority that Bradley the baker is making Orcus bread men.
Well then, if
Are you
such
doing this to all of us?
No, just him,
if such a
and maybe him.
if such a thing is true, then he must be brought to justice.
Okay.
Agreed.
So
However,
Thank you.
you spend another 6 days crafting you the charisma headband. Okay.
Is this on the road?
No, because you guys haven't declared that you're going anywhere.
Got to put your beard
Yeah.
back on.
And you also can't really do anything productive while you're crafting. Some DMs, if you have a mobile crafting station, will allow you to craft on the road.
That's
I
why I
would-
dicked up my way.
Just the desk.
Right, but he would
Your
effectively
chest.
need an enchanter's wagon.
Yeah.
Which you guys don't have, so you have to do this in the city. So that's another 6 days in the city. Okay, so during this time of
Of craftability.
crafting
You guys-
Steve, do me a favor. Start keeping track of how much money you're saving the party by crafting. So you just not for yourself, but
60,000.
since you just saved him, 8,000 gold or however much it was.
Yeah.
Note
10,000.
note that in your book.
Well, that's
under your
10,000
notes.
because the 8,000 to build it, but 2,000 because he already had the item.
Yeah,
So that would actually be 10,000 you saved the party.
make a chart for it. You can do the same thing if you like. If you want to start keeping track of how much money you're saving the party by crafting things for them.
Okay.
And what
Should
I'll do
I keep
is-
track of how much
For
money I
him,
saved the party by
that's-
killing.
That's it's un.
Well, I haven't really given out a lot of stuff though.
To me, you've given me so far at least a total of 25
Things.
alchemist fire, at
but
least
those are
20 or 30.
those are low cost items.
And those aren't
okay.
items he
So-
crafted himself.
I did.
Some of the time.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came
Well,
right
the
from
alchemist
us.
fire with the
But
scrolls and shit.
his
Oh,
his
yeah.
happens much more frequently, but there are smaller steps.
Yeah.
You're going to happen where it's like you don't craft that often, but when you do, it's like a huge gap in the amount of money you save the party. The only reason I'm going to have you do that is at the end of the campaign, we'll post a metric of, some people don't like taking crafting feats for full campaigns, but when you look at this, when you craft the party, you just save the party
Yeah.
100,000 gold pieces over the course of the campaign. When I was doing my Thursday night campaign, my wizard was a crafter, and in our last iteration, the last part of the campaign, I saved the party close to 750,000 gold pieces by just crafting.
Alright.
Nice.
So, but I mean, at that point we were level 23. So
Switch to wizard and you can save 15% of gold craft.
yeah, effectively.
I would have asked the party at the feast and then over the next couple days to check on other stuff. Did you guys find out anything while we were in Stuperland about the fortress, getting in, any potential anything?
I'm glad you.
Yes. Gauss is now Ariel.
That,
Again, how much would that feast cost?
How much do you want to spend on it?
It's like for a hot, basically like
Was it a feast or like a
this
hot
was
meal?
like what aristocrats go out to show off.
so bougie?
It was fancy.
What,
feast.
30 gold?
So we're
10
popping
gold per
Cristal
person.
and
7
not
gold
Dom
person?
Perignon.
Okay.
I got it.
Because
We're
I'll
not-
do 10,
Cristal,
including
not Dom
Asher.
Perignon.
Become a superior.
Asher gets the top quality cuts.
Even more superior.
Alright, going.
Yes, I did find out some
It's like
information.
it's steak, but it's not cheap.
Really?
So Rael found out some information about the Howling Fortress he'd like to share with everybody.
And
No.
Okay, so basically,
Really?
what he found out is there currently isn't a way in from underneath. It pretty much has to be a frontal assault. There is a Merchant's Guild bounty for 45,000 gold pieces for the Wyvern and basically clearing the fortress. However, if you clear it, they will move in. They want to set it up as a base of operations.
Totally thought it was gonna say
So you will relinquish control of the fort to them, and they will take it up. The Apothalassians have a standing bounty on gnolls, and that would also, once you guys have been here for so long, you would also know that this is extended to hobgoblins, goblins, and orcs, and giants who have come down from the mountains to attack the mushrooms. They have a standing bounty on them. They're considering them a nuisance enemy. Gnoll, goblin, hobgoblin heads are each a gold piece. Orc heads are 2 gold pieces. Giant heads are 100 gold pieces. They do warn you that they are summoning and creating a bunch of undead, and so just be prepared for encounters with undead if you go to attack them. And they're also summoning fire elementals to try to attack the mushrooms, so be prepared for that.
Is there like a water damage?
Ice?
Water type damage?
Cold?
That consider so are like fire elementals weak to
Vulnerable to cold?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Cold
Thank
is
you.
just water, but hard. Disprove it.
Let's see. Because the Howling Fortress used to be a prison, there isn't a known way in through the base. Several roguish individuals have braved those passages looking for a way in. None of them have found any. None of them have even found, like, within the rogues' cant or thieves' cant, like, hidden passages.
So what I'm hearing is that they haven't found a way, not there is not a way.
DM Boone, unless you make one, there isn't a way.
Doors.
Hold on a second.
Fair. I guess you guys could.
Hire a couple dwarves, spend a couple.
We already have a couple
Uh,
doors.
You could also just buy scrolls of expeditious excavation or.
didn't we have
I have 2
Three
potions
of
of that.
Yeah. Well, that would take
Had or had.
had or have.
I have 2 potions.
Have.
And I can prep.
And we have 2 doors.
Go on while I check something.
But yeah, basically, unless you make a way into the fortress, there isn't one coming from the other side. However, I believe Grendir had a plan to effectively siege the fortress, which is his plan revolves around capturing patrols of gnolls, killing most of them, letting a few of them go, and effectively like taunting them in such a way that they would go get more and come back. For a couple of reasons, the main one being they with the presence of magic, they don't necessarily have a reason to leave the fortress other than to scout and make sure they're not about to be attacked.
Can anyone here summon like large animals, like say gorillas, so
we
we
have
can
some
use their
monster-
tactics?
So what I essentially heard is Grendir
I'm
wants
clever.
to capture the enemy
Go-
and
guerrilla
then
tactics.
psychologically torture, then release just a small few to go back.
And brand them with the symbol of tyranny.
So physically
Not
and
more?
psychologically
Not
torture them and
No,
then
it's-
send them back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maim them.
He's
But
like-
because they're evil, it's not considered an evil act to psychologically and physically
These
torture something.
evil creatures go out to make evil things. So they
No.
have a symbol of Tyr on their head.
It's
so
he's
they
not
work under.
torturing them. He's taunting
He just
them.
said he's going to brand
Brand
the thing of feet of tear onto their head.
It's a really bad idea for a lot of reasons.
That's not torture.
It's part of a spell. Red Hand of the Thief. If he catches them again, he just slays them outright.
As Van rubs his hands.
Oh,
So basically what he does is he's giving them a chance to repent. By branding them, he'll be marked as an individual if any other follower
I
of Tyr
find that
catches
good
them
file.
committing evil deeds. They know that they've already been given a chance to repent their evil ways, and they're sentenced to death.
Why don't we just sneak in?
Okay.
And where is he
You
keeping
could.
this
That
brand?
went well last
He's gonna
time.
have one made.
Wouldn't you like to-
Or make one himself.
All right,
it's his butt plug.
gentlemen,
If you brand them,
lady,
Uh,
we have options now.
may I say, for the 6 days he's
Yeah.
crafting that, would I just have the
How you want to make
craft
200 gold?
I'm pretty
yeah,
flush
try
for
to
right
get
now.
that symbol inside.
Well, I mean,
Brand
if
it.
you can get that brand off our boy there, You know, the brand of the thief with your sleight of hands.
All right,
And
quick
dispose of it
clarification.
permanently. 200 gold will end up your way.
Dan, we had gotten some scrolls of Sun Earth Elemental. I still have one.
Mm-hmm.
It's Summon Monster 1 with, I think, a
Earth
Earth
keyword. Yeah.
keyword. Does that summon like a tiny or a small or a medium?
It would be
or-
tiny size. Yeah.
And so
We'd
then
have
it
a
would-
little group.
and they would last. Hold on, here was the actual wording of the spell. Here we go.
I still say taking prisoners and
One round
releasing
per level.
enemies is going to be bad.
So 6 rounds. How much could that tunnel within like 6? Assuming my caster
It's a
level.
really good idea.
Not many.
Not many.
Like maybe 20
You would
feet.
you would probably need to set up like a camp,
Uh-huh.
fortify it, and excavate for several days.
And assuming we could keep replicating, even if it's a scroll. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you would use basically like if you were to encounter signs that you're getting close,
Mhm.
you know, maybe save the scrolls. Like let's say you're tunneling and you're tunneling and you're tunneling, and then you know you realize that you've unearthed a masoned wall, like not a cavern wall, but like something that's actual masonry and
Something.
structure.
Ah.
You realize that there's going to be structure nearby, so that's when
Stone
you.
to flesh, and then we'll cut our way through.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen that happen before, and it's a brilliant idea.
It is actually.
Brilliant.
All right. I tell the group. So, I have over time discovered I can replicate potions to an extent, so many times a day.
Mm-hmm.
With those expeditious excavation, I could basically do 15 feet a day
Yeah.
and go through it and just each day get in more and more.
Mhm.
Because it'd be, it's instantaneous one time, so.
Yeah.
And it's only a 5-foot cube.
Yeah.
Alright, about that. I think while, like, we do that in the morning, we get our 15 feet, and then we go out and we harass them and, like, knock off, like, 10 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
5,
about 400.
10,
Yeah,
20.
5, 10, maybe 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe about 400.
Yeah, because there's, like, maybe 400 in there. It wouldn't hurt if, like, there were less in there when we actually had to fight them all.
Didn't you guys try
Okay.
to fight a large amount and then lose
Yeah.
one
Or we could hide
Grandier.
during.
orc?
About your plan.
Yes.
No, you go ahead.
Why don't you guys just sneak around?
Because there's 400 of them.
We tried that.
Because he wears
we tried-
full
we
plate
lost-
armor and I wear a
Oh,
chain
that's
shirt.
right. I forget the stocky dwarf doesn't
And
like
now
the
we have a
stealth.
stocky paladin
The
standing
stocky
next
dwarf
to him.
cannot do this.
And the
There's a
invisibility
difference.
spell
Oh.
only lasts a couple minutes.
Okay. Grandy, here's my problem with your plan. Every prisoner we take and release now has at least one piece of information for the enemy. Whether it be our numbers, our basic abilities. Every time you take a prisoner, you're releasing information. Every time you release a prisoner, there you go.
We kill them
That's
all.
why you don't take prisoners. Execute on sight.
There's also
Yes, but
something
we
else.
need to lure more out into.
Oh, they'll come out looking for their own.
Well, you could do that with a pile of gold.
There's something else that I've had working in town that could be used, and especially it looks like you can actually fly to an extent now.
I'm gonna do this every time.
He has a fly speed of 5 feet.
That means he
A turn.
if he was up high, he could get down safely.
So
Yeah.
5
So
in.
another option, if we want to do a full assault,
So,
we could maybe take down a good portion of the gnolls. But the wyvern is definitely going to know we're here, and any of the reinforcements they may have gotten since we were here last will also know we're here.
Okay.
you know we're here regardless. When we
Now.
start killing them and then lobbing their skulls over
Now
top
here's
of
the
the
thing, Grandier.
Well, no, we need
This
to
is
scout.
where you're actually going to come into play in part of my plan.
I'll keep the scouts. Chuck the
You
scouts.
and me are going to be in large person. So that way, you can fire the ballista without taking any negatives to attack because you're large on the ballista. I will be taking all the actions to do your reload so that every turn you can fire this ballista. Thus, we can feed a constant line of ballistas through the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to we can bring them out.
And the thing is though, is we'll also have him cast his magical darkness on the opening while we're firing ballistas in, so they'll have no idea what's going on.
But you assume they're going to come out.
Yeah, that's what I'll get.
They may not want to come out of their defendable fortress.
Well, see, that's why I had the tactic of sending one in to get others to come back and try to kill us.
Okay.
That way, it's them kind of us taunting
Well,
them to come
that's
out, come
assuming
get
they're
us.
going to want to take revenge.
How far did
A
you
lot
guys,
of this is based on a lot of assumptions.
How far did you guys make the last time you went?
I pull out a
We're
parchment
not
with a
inside.
drawing of what we
Halfway,
saw,
I don't know, I wasn't there.
and I point to you what we knew at the top level and where we were at.
Oh, wow.
Basically, yes.
That's. Alright, well.
But the main question is, do we want to sneak, assault, or a combination of two and split the
We don't
difference?
need
Do we
split.
have the firepower to assault?
Don't you know you never split
No,
the party?
we don't.
We can do your plan in the
Like-
morning.
Like I said, I can hurt the gnolls. I don't know how effectively, but I could potentially,
It was-
assuming they're not
Take crap
underground,
everything the whole time.
take out a
Do
good
the
percentage of them.
crap for the digging for
I had been
the
preparing
crap
for this, our journey up here, and
I take his foot.
I have options.
That's what I'm saying.
But I can also be spending days drilling into the fortress. It's either or.
Well, we still
I'm
need
killing
to.
gnolls.
We have.
And Pablos.
And we do this, right? But we keep every knoll head, and then we thin them out enough. But when it gets to a point we think we should go, we leave. We go back to Palazzo, sell all the knoll heads for money, then go back, kill
They don't
some
sell
more.
for that much.
We don't have
Currently,
enough.
if my plan goes through and works, there may not be heads intact.
Are they?
So.
Well, it
With that, we should take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're back. So, it was discussed a little bit off camera. You guys spent several weeks in the tavern. That's going to rack up quite a big tally. So the party has a debt of about 430 gold they need to pay off.
Pay it off immediately.
Van paid it, and Alec gave him money. If you guys want to reimburse Van,
It looks like Rael
I-
was also trying to contribute.
I can
Did
just pay it off entirely.
You want to pay it?
I can pay it off entirely.
you? Okay.
I can have my money back then?
For all
Do you
the
give it to Rael?
emotional damage you
I
caused
give it to
him?
Rael.
How much was it? 400?
430
I give you
minus
430
95.
gold.
So you would get back if he gave you 100. It'd be 3.
Unless you're insisting to pay it yourself.
330. You pay 335.
335?
Yeah.
Alright, so how much am I deducting from me?
None. He's paying it.
You're writing all of it?
But you're basically he gave you the money and you're like
Here.
okay,
He's
give it to
like,
him.
Yeah, no. You guys take care of us, I'll take care of it. We can go pay the price if you want.
Mm.
It's a lesson to remind to be more careful.
I'll sell my detectival scroll.
While we're still here, I would like to
Party- that
trade
was
those
party
goods
goods.
and gems,
Mm-hmm.
and then
He
go
asked
to
if
the
anyone
nearest
wanted to
bank,
sell,
and then transfer all
and I
of
took
my
it.
gold
I
to
wanted that.
I don't think that was
Okay,
the word.
you can do so.
He asked if anybody would.
I would then
want
proceed
it,
back
not
to the blacksmith to get
I wanted it.
the modified cart I had put together
Okay.
with the netting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
It's mine to
want to
do
buy a
with
simple backpack and some
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, you doing the thing again?
Oh, I don't know.
I vote we control his money so he can't buy scrolls
See,
anymore.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I can't even do it. He'd have to give me the money because
Does
he's the
Gauss
only
say
person
that?
with the money to
Yes.
do it.
No, I'm not the only person with the money.
Yeah, he's not-
Gauss makes this suggestion at the octagonal table.
Let me ask you a
There's
question.
8 of us.
Oh,
Me?
that's right. Shit.
Alec?
No, I don't answer
Asher.
questions.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Do you think it's a good idea that I talk to this?
Alright, that's 2.
I agree as well.
Asher seconds the motion.
3.
I really don't. Right
Why
now,
not?
I don't.
Bam.
After hearing all the information, it sounds to me
Controlling
like she's a
Alex
spurned woman, and she just
Financials,
told
so
you,
he doesn't
I
buy
don't want to
stuff like
talk.
this again.
He's broke. He has no gold.
That's why
No,
we're
she
going to
just
start
said
controlling
it's
his
fine.
financials.
Agreed.
Exactly.
That's 4.
Oh,
4 out
she
of
said,
8.
you know what? Go out and have fun with your friends.
How about we
We're just watching out for the kid.
let's
And then as
let's
soon as I go to do that, she started calling me every.
let's get through the Howling Fortress
No, she just
and
sent you a memory of when you were young.
We do
we'll
this
see
now.
what happens afterwards.
He almost killed both of them.
Killed?
Who'd he kill?
Your
Okay,
disease could have
correct.
taken
Right
My
there,
disease could have
go
killed me
back.
anyway.
Correction. He killed their smarts.
Yeah,
They
you're
went
still
brain
infected, by the way.
Who's he?
Oh,
Ricardo,
You still have the
the parasite.
the
How
disease.
do I get rid of that?
Oh, he
You
cast a
don't
spell.
know.
How do I get rid of that?
Die.
You don't.
If you don't, you can't have a disease if you're dead.
Actually, no. Well, if Grendir's willing to, he could use remove disease, and it could stop it from growing on you. It doesn't. It only helps me mildly, but it might help you.
Grendir, did you catch all that? Did you hear that I actually contracted?
It's like, oh, how the tables have turned.
What? He has. And
Grendir, do you want him?
I can't even keep a straight face.
Do you want him smelling?
Grendir's going.
I will make a promise right now.
Grendir's like.
If you
I was gone for 10
help me out right now and take
minutes.
this away from me,
Yes.
I won't try to contact Hecate again.
This
At least
is
without
why
your
he wants to
permission, or at
hire the
least talking to
paladin.
you first. And if you advise against it, I will heed your
That's not. Oh,
advice.
Is that it?
I want the
everyone
sense
here?
motive to believe
is at the
him
table.
completely.
Yeah, I'm gonna sense motive that.
Are you bluffing? You're bluffing, roll.
At least your charisma's back
I'm
up a bit.
tempting Hecate should already be off the table.
Well, I mean, she could provide knowledge. I mean, the sword is the right hand of
Lord was
Hecate.
right-handed.
To be fair.
Him.
Heck
Well,
yeah. I hate
You'll
I got
find
it.
out.
I got his result. Roll your sense motive, and you roll your sense motive as well. You wanted to roll, right?
I exceeded it.
Okay.
Curious.
Well, how much? What'd you get? What's your total?
13.
Okay. You get a feeling he's being untrue.
Oh, he's good.
25.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
Alec, from now on, as we are all party members and adventurers together, and we have taken upon ourselves to watch over you in your weird antics, we have decided to watch over your financials. And from this point on, if you're going to the store, you must have a chaperone.
Alright, no, okay, so if we're gonna go.
And before you go doing anything, you must tell someone. If you are gone for any amount of time, or you need to go somewhere, I shall cast status on you.
Let the kid have
I
his
know
privacy.
exactly what you are doing.
Let the kid have his privacy. That being said,
You will do this for 1 year. And after that, I will release you from this grounding.
why don't
He contacted an evil
No,
god.
I
He
understand that.
failed the contact one.
And he made them
Correction.
both brain
He
dead.
failed.
This is a moment I have to
What would have
remove-
happened if I had not failed? What would have happened if I succeeded?
Now,
I fucked up the fucking. I was supposed to draw it at a certain
she
angle.
would
I
have
drew it.
eaten your soul.
Huh?
She would have eaten your soul.
How do you know that?
Well,
How many times have I talked to her? You have no idea.
Yes.
Sounds like a small child arguing with their parent.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is technically that.
We only care for you, buddy. And
Well-
Look, you're not my
Say
real
it.
dad, okay? I can talk to mom whenever the fuck I want, and I walk away.
So, Van, what happened last time when he tried to remove it from himself?
I believe he used a remove disease. Or I think originally it was a
Oh, wait, no, I
restoration
can't walk
spell,
away from you.
but it
I'm
was
mad
like
at you.
it like right when it happened.
future. Yeah.
So at this point, probably remove disease. I think would remove because he doesn't have the tumor inside of him that's constantly causing
So what
it.
was the...
It's more like you
a
have
1,
a
2, or 3rd level spell is very likely to backlash.
But then again, it also
So-
progressed during that time, so I don't know.
I agree because you know what? Thank you for not at least wanting to take my money. Thank you for letting me hold on to my money. But the chaperone thing, I'll agree with it.
Also, who do you want
That's all.
chaperoning him?
She didn't say that.
Whoever is available at the time.
So you would want him to be chaperoned by
So you're
me.
gonna let Ricardo chaperone him to go do whatever he wants.
I think that's a great
An
idea.
addendum to such.
I can help.
If Ricardo is
As
also
Ricardo opens a small piece of paper in his pocket, he opens up that paper. Anyone looking at this paper can see this paper is actually blank. And I quote, "Get fucked."
I love that eye contact. You just looked up from your phone like, are these bitches serious? All right.
I'm not. He should be chaperoning me.
You want
Yeah. So how about that? At the very least, you have to have Gauss with you.
you want him to
Oh,
be
I have no problem with that.
Summon any dark god.
Him.
What?
I
You want me?
no.
I mean, I'll do it.
Ricardo said how many times, or like he should be chaperoning me, and I said how many dark gods have you tried to summon?
Exactly.
So like by definition, Ricardo would be better than Noah. Never mind. Take that back.
I think
Wait, does
Bendir,
Orcus count?
I think you're right.
Yes.
I think for a while, I think Alec, any more further attempts to contact any deity or other planar entity should go through with, because Grandir, you've been more trained on such things. Should be discussed with you because while I understand the Hecate is generally considered evil, this artifact we're seeking is connected to her. So if he had succeeded, it would have been most likely useful.
Useful or
If we attempt that ever again,
We just don't let you know.
How about
It
this?
will be-
It will be a full party vote.
exactly.
You're gonna need
We will do that, because like I said, it could have been helpful. I didn't know what was going on until it started.
And it needs to be
Could be
a
heal potion.
unanimous vote.
Sure.
They only go up to third level.
And like I said, it could be
Cast
useful.
level times spell level
Perhaps
times
researching
10 gold.
more of Hecate and why she's been deemed
Cast
evil and
level
such might be a
is
bit more useful because
Ninth spell levels, fifth
the gods are
times 10 is
they
400.
do weird things. But I think for now we should
You guys are
focus
just
on the fortress.
hemorrhaging money right now.
What are you talking about?
How
I
much
have
money
So
do
we
you-
need to sell the sword.
How much money is it?
We're not selling.
In order to have
That's
him
on the
cured of the disease, it'd be 450 gold.
You know what? I'll pay it. And you owe me. And you will do what we have discussed.
You know he's not.
Damn.
And I spend the 400
And I extend my hand
Well,
and shake his
Sense
hand
motive.
as you cast a spell
That's
on me.
lawful though.
He doesn't
I don't
have
cast
to-
it at
they
all.
have to buy
Let's
it.
beat. No. We're bringing you to the temples, bud.
Oh, okay.
We're running the gun.
There you go.
I caught that one. No.
How much would a fancy flask full of the finest mead cost?
How much money do you want to spend on it?
Dan doesn't.
Like a regular flask, a regular bottle of fine wine, in mead is basically honey wine, is 10 gold pieces. So if you want to go bougie on it, I'll say 50.
That's like aged 20 years wine.
Yeah.
About 20 gold.
That's Don.
Huh?
You
That's
said
Don Perignon.
you said like it was 10, then it went to 50. So I'll get Grandir to replenish from the ship incident 20 gold's worth of a fancy flask and fancy alcohol.
Okay.
What about my 2,000 gold that I should
Hear
spend?
that,
No. I owed him this, Grandir. I come back from a shop at some point during these 6 days, and I hand you a very nice flask full of the finest meat I have found to replenish what I took in that unfortunate incident on the ship. So that debt is paid.
The finest mead.
That I could find. I'm not really a connoisseur of meat, so it should be good.
Fine, neither of the dwarves.
I took a sip of it from the bottle before they put it in, and it was pretty good.
This will be taken off your debts.
Did you guys decide if we wanted to infiltrate or siege the fortress, though?
We are
Yeah.
first going to raise some money because we have just decimated our entire
All right,
financial
so
structure.
here we have three
You
options.
guys decimated.
One, my preferred method, we sneak in. Two, we lay waste to the fortress and siege it, which seems like a very
All
odd.
400 of them.
300-ish, but yeah. So siege,
I say
gotcha.
gorilla is going to work better.
What's the other option?
Three, we go with the original plan and try and locate the entryway that we were originally told by Gira,
He-
and work our way through that way.
We were told
that
I think he's recalling.
you're recalling the vision that we're talking about when we're telling you we're not selling the sword, which is we're looking to find an entity who has information.
And we know the shadow in the fortress has the information.
Or has the information.
Or no, maybe it's something else in there, but the shadow was something.
Do you guys want to spend some time researching the shadow?
No, the shadow knows. I don't know on that.
Yeah.
They sent down a cavernous hole with the sun in our
Absolutely.
back.
Knows the
with
heart and all that.
explorations we
Clouds
put
and
to our
knives.
size.
Okay, so based off that information during your research, you'll probably find that the cavernous hole from the vision is more than likely the sacrificial pit that the gnolls bring their offerings to. It's not a hidden entrance. As far as shadows go, in the libraries of Apothelassos, there is a ancient entry that is from the Paladins of Muir, who captured some kind of specter, which is what they call it, that they do not know how to destroy.
Yes. And so it's a
And-
quasi person.
Yeah.
At that point.
And they brought it to the fortress. The specter is known as Sharamabi, and he is believed to be the architect of Rapidathic.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean that's good enough.
Sharamabi?
the architect of Rapidathic.
Yeah.
So that's
That Rapidathic is the birthplace of Orcus.
yeah, that's what I thought it
Yeah.
was. I knew it was
The
very
sacrificial pit, did we see any kind of opening at the top?
You did. You recall from the your last visit, near the center of the fortress, there is like a small, well, not small, there is a medium-sized ziggurat structure in the centered courtyard. The very top of it has an opening.
Did we? Let me see here. I'm looking
So
at the
bingo
picture.
bango, we just need to make our way
So,
The XR 912.
was that 912, 911, 13, or 14?
913.
Okay, so that's actually a pit, not a ziggurat thing.
At the top of the ziggurat, yes. I said center, I apologize. It's near the back.
Okay.
But at the top of the ziggurat, there is a opening. That is where the wyvern comes out of.
Oh,
Okay.
so realistically, we have one of two options. One,
Still three, but
sneak in. Two, siege.
destroy them all.
Very
3, guerrilla warfare, which like 7 out of the 8 people have already voted to do.
The issue with the siege is that you, unless you have an immediate plan to draw the wyvern out
And take care
and
of the
deal with it,
We
the
do not.
wyvern will end the siege because
Well-
it'll just go down. Fuck with you guys.
We do
and then go
recall
back.
that only a few wyverns actually have a breath attack, unlike normal dragons. Some do, and this is an undead wyvern of some type.
Well, I would also like us to.
Didn't we find out it's not exactly.
It's vampiric.
It's not vampiric.
in
We were
nature.
mistaken.
It's vampiric, but it is not a
Not undead.
vampire.
Yes. And we know that it's a huge size category.
Yep.
So it's not like an ancient or giant gargantuan titan red dragon or anything.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
But the guerrilla warfare has the bonus of you attack a little bit and then fall back. So even if the wyvern does come, you've already dealt your damage and then retreated to a safe space.
So it sounds to me like we need something that will deal with undead for the ballista.
Well, there's also you can infiltrate and try to work your way around the gnolls. You just have to come up with a plan of what to do if
Just don't do what you're.
the alarm is sounded and now they start descending on you in mass.
Run.
That's
Van
why we have a
also-
ballista.
Van pulls out a war horn that he took from the fortress. We could get close and test their defenses.
Oh, that thing blows.
But they would know that something's up. There's a low risk for that one, but there is some reward.
It would be like, hey, did you blow the horn? No, I didn't blow the horn. He blew the horn. Look at him. Someone blew the horn. Everyone would say he said she
But
said.
they would still react, and we could see what they would do.
That's my point.
We would find
Every-
out if they've reinforced since then, if they've armored up, or they're still using basic equipment.
Every gnoll would blame it on every other gnoll.
That's
Well, then we
possible.
have to figure out a way to get above them because I'm not letting them have the high ground while descending.
That might be possible for some. I can get up there, but
You guys could buy potions to fly.
I do. Yeah.
Well, isn't it sort of ice cream cone shaped? Isn't there a high portion along the backside?
Yeah. Do wyverns have like blind sense? Do we know?
Undead do. Yeah.
Confirmed.
Well, wyverns do have scent,
Uh-huh.
so they could smell you.
But we're not sure what carries over from living to undead in that
Correct.
case.
Yeah.
But
Whether it's
most
detect
undead are
living or-
known to be able to see without seeing.
Yeah. They have dark vision.
Yeah. So invisibility is a
some-
thing.
So invisibility can still work.
I have hide
Yeah.
from undead as well.
And you
It
have
also
hide-
does have hide from undead, which is a level 1 spell.
But the
Yeah,
DC
can't
to
I
beat
boost
that
it?
is very hard, or is very low.
Okay.
Can't I boost it?
So I had a blacksmith put some stuff together for me, and
It's like this.
potentially I might have a apparatus that can float above the fortress to an extent,
Even if I cast it.
but it doesn't go very fast, and if it goes down, it goes down.
So you're just building a big bomb that can float above?
No, that's not explosive. I mean, I suppose you could put some runes of something to make it go boom.
We
Would you
load
be like
the
a hot
card
air
up.
balloon?
We load the
To an
cart
extent,
up with
yeah.
high volatility alcohols, and then we set it down as like a peace offering, and then they all go swarm the cart like smorgasbord style, and then you drop an explosive alchemist fire from a distance.
I could.
You just made a hot
So-
air balloon.
So yeah, so it can work, but like I said, they are going to know, and they are going to blow those horns, and that wyvern's going to come out.
That's
if the
why we
wyvern
guerrilla
can
warfare.
see us, yeah,
We're in the trees, man.
there's no trees.
So,
But we do have your. What was your?
This apparatus,
Yes.
based on this stuff, basically I'm using something that an old boss of mine we made for some people. It's mainly used for salvage from underwater ships that have sunk. Basically, they would have divers that could tie these balloons that you would pull this cord and it would inflate, and then you could bring the objects to the surface easier. If you have enough, it works outside the water to a certain amount of weight. But it only lasts for so long, and then once those balloons are gone, you're going to drop as fast as you can imagine.
How do you imagine a guerrilla warfare could work? How do we get them to come out so we can eat them?
Well, first we have to somehow maybe blow the horn to actually get them to come out. Because obviously everybody hears something from outside. They're like, "Oh, our buddies need us. We need to go, help." They
Yeah.
run out there, and then we put a little area, maybe like he was saying, a pile of gold, right? And they're coming out there,
I can
mainly
also
from like help our
drop
buddies
some
to-
bombs from the balloon.
Help-
And, like,
yeah.
have a double bomb.
I could drop some bombs from the balloon and blow up the
Blow
nose.
as soon as everybody
Yeah, and then
else
have them draw them out.
Okay.
Sure.
They would want to come
Combination
and kill.
plan. Combination
Well-
plan. We get something to go in the middle to make them all come out to go see it, and when they all come out to see it, not only does that blow up, and then the hellfire just starts raining down for them.
Okay.
Well, that's a plan we could save up for using.
How many
bombs.
people can ride in this
I've
contraption
been
you have?
listening to this plan pretty healthfully right now, and I gotta stay in no uncertain terms that we may want to get a healthy supply of grease to put in our underwear. It sounds like we're gonna need it because I feel like it's gonna get a lot of traffic and friction. I don't want to get any rashes. Anybody else getting that? Are wyverns going to bend you over? Situation here? Is it just me?
But we're hiding in the woods.
So,
Just a show of hands, Dylan. I know you want to put yours
so
up.
per my calculations,
Gorillas are in the woods. Well, in fact,
360 pounds could be lifted up for 10 minutes or so.
so
So I'm out. He's
2
out.
individuals.
Yeah, may I ask, if we are able to maybe depopulate the fort enough, like, show evidence of the fort being depleted, could we get Apothelatzo's help to actually, take on the fort?
No.
They seem to be preoccupied with the creatures in the area.
one more suggestion. Okay.
Well, what if we helped them with the creatures in the area, depleted that reserve, and then asked them to help us because we helped them?
How much for a wand of cloud kill?
So much.
Well, we have missed.
Actually, no, that's a really good idea.
That is a
but
good idea.
one more suggestion.
Very
Then-
strong spell.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I didn't think of that. But what if I go in there, because I can do that, because I'm sneaky and strong with a fly speed of 5. 10, maybe 20.
You
I
can
don't know.
haste him. If we haste him, it can turn to 10.
Okay, I go up there, maybe get an invisibility potion or something, and then, use the spell. So I do that. Find a couple that are just like sitting around on the guard tower, throw out 4 lightning bolts, kill whatever I got there, 5, 10, maybe 20 of them, and then throw them over the edge. We can get the scalps. I can run like hell because I'm invisible. And then we'll just do that all day long.
Oh wait, if we're just gonna go crazy, I got it. One of us sneaks in with a portable hole. Another one of us attaches a bag of holding to a fucking arrow. You shoot the bag of holding into the portable hole via the arrow, causing a huge
Implosion?
temporal implosion in the center of it, therefore nothing to be there ever again.
My God.
I got a better idea.
Brilliant.
You use a scroll of contact other plane.
Yes, I like where this
No.
is going.
Yeah, and
All right,
yes,
better idea.
Or
All right,
pitch for help.
we hire 500 villagers. We hand one a cannonball. He hands it as fast as he can to the other guy. Because of the speed at
Yeah,
which
how
the
far is the
cannonball is
fortress?
going, eventually it'll just hit
Okay.
the wyvern and kill it.
I
Yeah.
get it. I thought it was a good idea.
How many days?
Oh no, your idea
travel
was good.
are we
I
from the
just like to
fortress?
throw out as many silly ideas as possible during these planning sessions, because nobody ever listens to me anymore.
2, 3.
Well, when you throw out ideas like
You're
that.
150 miles. You travel about 20 miles a day, so we.
idea.
See,
Okay.
it works.
I would
yeah,
like
no,
to say,
it works.
The
we know
coil,
that
human
Apophis
coil
is
gun is
having
always
trouble
great.
with the
Okay.
orcs burning their
I can-
A couple things.
I'm
You
really
cannot
making
get a
fun of
wand of
his
cloud
idea.
kill because it's a 5th level spell. Wands only go up to 4th level. You have to buy a staff. Those are out of your price range.
Scrolls then.
Now,
Scroll, you can get one.
about the
How-
holding black hole.
How tight is security at stores?
Please
You want to
no.
try to steal one.
Whoa!
I'm
Now he's talking.
just-
I'm listening.
I'm just debating our options.
Now listen. Would
These
the
villages
theft
will
be
really
more accessible if a barbarian were running around stark
I
naked
fully
in
understand
front
that,
of
but
the
if
shop
you
while he
guys
was
want to
stealing?
deal with this
Minus
this
the 5
death
weeks.
match you want, I will volunteer for the cause.
How long has he been with us? Minus the 5 weeks?
I don't care. I
Like
like
2
this
months.
idea.
2 months altogether?
Yeah.
Now, Rael, do you think if I ran in front of the shop and just all over the place, pantsless, yeah, right in front of the shop, they'd be so distracted staring at me that you could steal whatever you needed. Theft is always the best
I
option.
bet that would
Crank
count as an aid, and it would give them a plus 2.
I'm more
Taking
concerned
the
they
week to
might
get there,
arrest me for
I
brandishing
could
a
increase
weapon.
the carrying capacity by another 400 and something pounds, so maybe close to 800 pounds of carrying capacity for 10
We
minutes.
could call it a flash sale.
Okay, I think we should focus on one plan and let one person architect the plan, and then we should implement that plan.
It's too easy.
Because
I
we're-
agree with
we're
you.
We're kind of delving into buffoonery at this point.
Well,
He's talking
I
about
was
procuring
serious.
free items for the raid.
Yes, but the chance of that proving fruitful is very
Fruitful is very
low.
low.
It's almost like contacting a god from another plane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then our options are sneaking in, or the balloon siege.
Operation
Well,
Valkyrie.
wait. Okay. Then
Again.
obviously guerrilla warfare is the best choice.
again, though, I was saying we could also help the Amazons with their problem with the orcs burning down the mushrooms.
Okay, so we have deal with orcs first.
Yeah.
Then
also
we
get money.
have
Operation Valkyrie.
Operation Valkyrie.
And Sneaky
We-
Peeky.
Yeah, and then we have what do we want?
Sneaky
Mission
Pete.
Impossible.
3,
Mission Impossible 3.
because that's the one that has all of the good
The
stuff.
redeafening of Uruglo.
Mission Impossible 3. This time with more Uruk.
Well, I mean, he's already low, so
Well, wouldn't that be
And
a
then-
Mission Impossible 2 Electric
Contact
Conza?
other plane. Part 2. More Boogaloo.
All right. So this deal with orcs first. Operation Valkyrie. Mission Impossible 3. This time with more Uruk, and then we have
Okay.
When We Were Soldiers.
Operation Get Behind the Dorfies.
Okay.
And we could also try drilling into the fortress.
It's one of my plans.
It would take time.
So that's
Operation
Journey to
Groundhog?
the center
Or
of the Howling
Operation
Fortress.
Impending
Yes.
Strike.
Have you ever heard of the Emancipation?
I don't listen to hip hop.
I don't know if that's
So-
OGL.
So how
What?
many?
Operation Get Behind the Door piece?
That
race,
whole
not-
bit you just did.
Oh, have you ever heard of the Emancipation and then he didn't finish what he said and I said I don't listen to hip hop music?
Yeah.
Once
apparently
again,
a
if he had
reference
finished
to a
that
movie.
sentence, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
So those are, I think, our main options.
All right, yeah, and then so then there's journey to the center of
The fortress.
The fortress.
That,
All
that
right.
was gonna, that's going
I
to take
know
time.
it sounds fantastical, but I am serious about one person sneaking in with a portable hole, another person shooting a bag of holding in there, thus solving our problem with a very powerful hit.
Okay, so who had deal with the
Go
orcs
fuck
first?
myself. Okay.
That was
Grenadier.
Grenadier.
Well, we don't have a portable hole, so that's not.
Well, we can
So-
purchase and or have wondrous items crafted.
I believe that that's a great idea. We can add that to the fact that we go help the Amazons. We can make money off of that while also asking for a favor.
Okay, so
That's kind of what I'm going for.
the whole point of deal with the orcs first was to get Amazon help.
Yeah,
Or
'cause then
more
we can
resources.
spray for-
What
yeah.
help?
Amazon
would they
help
give
in the
us?
form of either men, women, or resources.
Okay, there's
sense.
and there's two
I'm glad you
pumps
didn't
with
say
this.
children at the end of that.
And even just profit.
I feel
from
like there's
profit.
more than that, but let's hear your two.
So the main problem with that is time.
No, two problems. It's time, and what exactly do we expect to get from them that
That's-
will aid us to such a degree that it was worth doing in the first place?
The kobold speaks facts for once.
What did he
Yeah,
say?
once, wow.
He
I
said
don't
it.
speak Draconic.
I don't know if they army because they're paying us to do it to begin with, so
You
I
can
don't know if
ask
they'd be.
what they want from us. And if it
They
doesn't
want
go
us
through,
to go kill them.
well, if we do that, would they help us with that?
No, they would just pay us
No,
out.
yeah, they
Well,
pay us after we're done.
they're orcs?
Yeah.
Side
Not to mention
They're
the
orcs
fact
that are
we're a
outside?
team
It's
of
orcs,
the
goblins,
content
hobgoblins, wiccawax, giants,
Which-
undead, and fire elementals.
So it's not.
So aside from the elementals, it generally sounds like these are
Doesn't
tribes
matter.
being
We're
contracted. So you
still
take out the leader,
in
you could potentially cause a down effect where they will run and
family
leave.
society.
Generally
Possibly.
with those types.
Yeah, I mean that's a safe
We treat
assumption.
it like that.
Like we've seen in our past travels, a little huff and puff from the hobgoblin leaders, and
Yeah.
I think some of the orcs we fought, most of the orcs weren't that bad. It was the leaders who were the big problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we go with that, we could focus on their leaders and watch their numbers just disperse.
Okay. Operation Valkyrie.
I mean, bug.
It's cool.
That could be
Okay,
great.
High
that
risk,
is
high
the one
reward.
where we
I
send
think
Gauss over with an aerial assault?
That's the one with the basket.
Yeah. So
Yes, I'd like to add that in with. Oh, I would like to combine that with guerrilla warfare tactics, because only one person can go up,
So
and the more we can distract ground level. I still say that the ballista in the cart with the horse,
With enlarged person.
both of us in large person, me reloading, you firing repeatedly, and the paladin bless weaponing.
So Dan, to
Because you can
clarify,
bless weapon a weapon of almost any size.
from the picture of the Howling Fortress, were
I do
those
agree with that too.
wooden
And if we
structures
make
or
infantry,
tents?
300 arrows.
The many
Yes.
little ones.
Yeah. Yes.
How
It's a
many arrows
combination
can we
of
cast?
wood and canvas
Okay.
and leather
Your first
and
turn.
bone.
So the roof, was it
300 arrows have to
It's flammable. If
Well-
that's your question.
flammable?
Even better.
Could something go through it?
Probably not.
I
I
just
mean, like it.
realized-
Yeah, probably not.
I just
Can't
realized
pro-
something.
Huh?
Obscuring mist. We have a wand of that, right?
We do. I don't know what the range is on it though.
But we didn't get
As long as we can put it on the
Well, what's the
basket,
Mm-hmm.
he is now obscured from view. Is
We'd
it
have
not?
to see if it follows the object or not. It might be a stationary with that.
Well, even then, you could have a recasting of it once you get into position.
So, of what we saw, because we were on the wall and we did see into there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so visibility
Like a
sphere,
boulder will
and
go
then
through the roof,
still
but an
Do
arrow
I
from
feel
the
that if I had,
getting
say,
that mist
attached
going,
like
getting darkness going,
a little bit
as
of weight and
many
maybe 2 daggers to a bomb and dropped it, it could penetrate through the roof if it was high enough up and potentially blow up from the inside?
Well, no, because the bomb is designed to break on contact,
risk and
so it's a little too brittle.
around.
So it either helps us or they don't
What
want
if it was a
us.
grenade?
Same.
Just a theory.
Well, the grenade would bounce off of it. It doesn't like
Yes, yes.
like a
See,
needle
I'm
would
trying to
probably
really
go
know
through
what
it.
my plan
You know what I mean? Or like a boulder, something with enough mass
300 arrows.
versus pinpoint.
But
like
potentially
maybe
the
an
explosion
arrow.
could destroy, collapse, and maybe kill some gnolls if they were inside, if they hit the structure.
I mean,
Potentially.
potentially maybe, but I think the better alternative would be to just aim for the door as they start to pull out.
Yeah, or
And then-
horn and let them come out and then
Yeah.
as they come running in. Okay. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's if we do Operation Valkyrie, you could combine it with your guerrilla warfare siege.
Okay, what's the?
But the con
Yeah.
Just if you can
It'd
get
be-
all
Is
to
you
make
split
it-
the party.
to make it most we would okay, so to make it the most efficient, there's a couple of things. One, we blow the war horn to get all the gnolls out, or at least most of them. Two, whoever's up there flying in the basket runs the risk of being attacked by the wyvern. But if the whatever's using for explosives or spells could deal out, I'd say maybe 60 to 70% of the gnolls. Maybe more, maybe less. But it would potentially clear them out. However, they are going to notice that this thing is raining
Okay.
hellfire down.
All right. But like, what about a summoned creature that can fly, that can carry one person, and that person casts invisibility on it, and then can just drop down the explosives?
Yeah. Well, I can
Because
also
like-
do,
Elemental.
I can also do reduced person on myself to lower the weight and the
No, I'm not
basket.
talking about the weight. The invisibility of being able to drop all these things out without the wyvern immediately knowing where you are.
He's got you covered.
Well,
Visibility
There's
sphere.
one thing we'd have to test, which I could, or I probably would have. I said I should have tested during those 6 days. If it's just a, see what happens. It's not a direct attack. Invisibility may not break, but it might.
Here's the thing: invisibility sphere. I can create, isn't it? I just said it.
I just read it. You can do it, but anyone who attacks inside, their invisibility is broken. But his question is,
A splash weapon would it trigger trigger that condition to remove the invisibility on the person?
yeah.
Granted, a simple test would fix that.
Mm-hmm.
And if we want, we could retcon that I tested that with an invisibility spell on the side and
Sure. Yeah.
So go out in the woods, invisibility, throw a bomb near something.
breaks.
It breaks?
Yeah.
Alright, so clarify, whoever's in the basket, you have basically invisibility get into position, and once the attacks start,
Right.
they see you, they have bows, they could probably hit you, and if those arrows pierce the balloons, it's gonna fall.
All right, then.
Also, I wanted to state that obscuring mist states when casting, there's a 20-foot radius on you. Anything more than 20 feet away from you,
Yeah.
you have total concealment from.
Okay. And it follows you around?
No, but I assume he's going to be stationary once up there and dropping stuff. And even then, it stays where it's at. You can still move within that 20-foot radius and be fine.
How large would this object be?
The cart?
Yeah. How
big's your air balloon? Imagine like a little mine shaft cart kind of size.
Okay.
We're
How large
talking
is-
almost a bucket then.
How large is the balloon?
I mean,
The longest.
Well, as long as it's
Bow
above the
range is
obscuring
120
mist,
feet.
that's not a big issue.
That's just the first range increment.
No, the first one's 70.
No. The longest range in the first range increment on that bow is 120 feet. Remember, you can
Oh,
shoot
yeah,
beyond that,
forgot.
but at a penalty.
Touche.
You
No,
can
I'm
also
just
shoot
looking at this
down
one,
and have
like
gravity.
short bows and stuff.
Yeah. So, Operation Valkyrie, difficult standalone, but good as a support on some other stuff. That's kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Operation Guerrilla Valor.
So
and potentially
now,
clear out most of the gnolls.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mission Impossible 3, this time with more Uruk.
Cross it off the list because I'm the
No.
only one that has efficient stuff.
Well,
Okay.
why is it named this time with more Uruk?
But you're still
Because
wrong.
it failed and Uruk died.
No,
Well, it's
because
but I can also cast
you're gonna lay
invisibility.
low.
Because it failed and Uruk will die.
Plus 10 DM
If a
points.
plan
Plus 13
failed
stealth.
and someone died, why try it again?
Okay, Operation Get Behind the Tanks.
Operation Get Behind the Dorfies.
Or 300 arrows. It'd be Uruk-Lo all over again.
Yeah, but
Three of
it's
them.
just dwarves.
Well, I think in this case, the concept is you have some kind of
Mm,
covered
station.
battering ram that you,
Okay.
Yeah.
bring up to the
If
front.
that is- so
Yeah.
they'll have
They're
50%
full
or
plate dwarves.
75% miss
We
chance
stand
because of
behind you.
concealment.
Well, they would have total cover, which would give them effectively like +8 to their armor class, not to mention concealment. So the arrows are unlikely to do anything. Plus, with the material hardness of the battering ram you bring up, the arrows will likely do no damage.
So are you gonna like sit in front of the entrance and then just call them out and then shoot at them? Because that's fine with me.
Well,
That's Operation Guerrilla Warfare right there.
depending.
Fine with me.
Going back to the whole balloon thing. Because it seems like he really wants to do his balloon trick.
And we never said we were.
I am for it, but if it's not going to work, and
Again.
doesn't want to do it, we don't have to. Go on.
Again, he really wants to do his balloon trick. Depending on how long it takes for him to get into place or be obscured by the mist, and depending on how large this contraption is, he might just be able to blow the horn, throw a large array of his bombs after all of the gnolls or a majority of the gnolls have been summoned, and then it's a matter of picking off the dead ones.
Okay.
Or the
So
close
what-
to dead ones.
And
So
whatever.
basically, what I'm hearing is we want to do 3 plans.
I think I agree with the guerrilla warfare. Now,
So do I.
So
Now, what about the drilling?
the drilling.
Yeah, journey to the center of the fortress.
While that is the best plan, it's going to take way too long.
I have an
Necessarily.
idea.
I mean, we might find something
Why don't-
quickly.
We just do why don't we just we do Operation Valkyrie mixed with Operation Guerrilla, using Operation Guerrilla as a numbers lowering and a distraction for Operation Valkyrie to properly succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And if all else fails in that situation, we make sure we have everything to do to journey to the center of the fortress. That way, we at least have a fallback plan to execute if that does not succeed.
And
I agree.
invisibility sphere will help us whenever we can get that going and get
Yes.
together. Run away from the wyvern.
Exactly. So will the obscuring mist. A lot of things to help you. I mean, hell, he could put the wyvern in magical darkness, and then it will never see
It's
you.
not that large.
question: if he was
And it
able
doesn't
to
Look,
follow
it's
you
not
with
the
his
size,
part-
it's how you use it, man.
with his
It's,
balloon
and it doesn't
basket,
follow me.
and I cast
Yeah.
invisibility sphere on us.
And then you just have a
He
giant.
makes
So now
it
this is the
all
thing.
running.
Exactly.
You cast invisibility
Something's better than
sphere
nothing.
on yourself,
Yep.
and you load into the basket.
Yes.
The basket, the bottom parts of the balloon are now invisible.
Correct.
He's invisible.
Correct.
The
He's
You
rope-
begin to fly. He breaks his invisibility,
He can
I'm
be seen,
floating.
but
so he would look like he's just floating up there.
exactly. So when
But-
somebody goes to make arrow shots, they're just going to hit the bottom of the basket, possibly balloons.
Yeah, but
That's
this is
what
the
I was asking
thing.
for.
If you use it to get in position, and then cast several obscuring mists to just make it look like it's a cloud,
Yeah.
you can then, without him really breaking stealth, begin deploying bombs.
Yeah.
After the first one detonates, he will break stealth, all the other bombs will break stealth, and then there wouldn't really be any reason to shoot upward. Because I think if you guys combined a catapult, where you were throwing stuff from the catapult up
They would assume it's
and
the
dropping,
catapult.
they would just assume it's another catapult.
So we should trade out the ballista for a catapult.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's a
or
great idea.
use the ballista and a catapult.
That's
How much does a catapult cost? 450 gold pieces?
Let's take a
works,
look.
Well, it depends. Do you guys want to get the heavy one? Because I believe that one is like 700 to 800 gold pieces. Wait, no, I mean, what is it?
Da, 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 da.
Do.
Not the light one. We want the heavy one.
Do.
Well,
Charging my.
there is not a siege weapons section.
800
Oh.
gold pieces for a heavy catapult.
Wait, how much for the light one?
Light is 550.
Oh, it was
The
100.
difference
Oh.
is 2d6, and the range increment is a difference.
See, I don't like the range increments on catapults because there's no close.
What is the tool?
Yeah.
What
It's just from like
the range
150
increment of the light is
on.
100
Anything
minimum,
closer
so
than
you
that,
can't shoot any
you
What if
fuck.
what if we traded in the
100 feet
ballista?
I asked that, and the DM said, "Why not both?"
The ballista is going to be really good against the wyvern, because
Especially if I silver the tips
or you magic
Wait,
weapon
is
it,
the
or
wyvern
or a
like
blast
whitish?
weapon from the paladin and the clown.
huh?
Is the wyvern like have a whitish color to it?
Why?
All right.
Skeletal.
So
well,
can
it's more
everybody
zombie, but yeah.
agree
So it's like a
with
Moby Dick.
Operation Guerrilla
Kinda.
Valkyrie
Guerrilla
and
Valkyrie.
a backup just in case of Operation We're going journey to the center of the fortress.
So,
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Well,
That is
you
a
don't
good
get a vote. You're already in the fortress and on the opposite side.
Yeah, I know.
So
What
all right,
sound does a gorilla Valkyrie
Gauss, Alec,
make? I like
Whatever hell the
And
sound
Issa.
it wants to make.
what large area spells do you have at your disposal?
What AOE's do we have basically?
Yes.
Fireball.
Slow,
Why
fireball.
didn't you
Okay.
take fireball?
Oh, guys,
Why would I take
guys,
Fireball?
we have to be careful.
He's close.
Fireball can affect obscuring mist.
That you can.
Cast it on that.
I'm
Why would I
I'm
take
Wind
Fireball?
wall,
There are like
which can
so
obscure
many other
the
spells
mist.
It can move
that
the
I'm
mist.
totally gonna read.
Fireball, slow.
Yeah.
And then over here, I have Scorching Ray, but that's
No, that's
distance.
target.
That's distance, though.
No, I want area.
He wants area of effect.
Basically, magical bombs.
Yeah, I don't
You got
get
anything?
first.
You saw that entangle ability?
Do we have any wall effects?
What's the
I don't think we
Wind-
have. I think
wind
our
wall.
fireball's
Fireball.
level 4. Fourth level spell.
Worth a shot.
Okay.
What
I
about
have-
a scroll of some
Grandier,
type of
do you have
wall?
something?
Good.
I have wind wall for his
Because
question.
he has wind wall.
Yes.
That will help against arrows.
But it
Wind
would-
wall as
I don't
well.
get an
Well,
alien.
here's the thing: is if we could put that in front of the ballista and the trebuchet, we could stop from having to take the ranged attack of arrows to ourselves, but still make them want to hit us using a part of your other plan of taunting them while we do it.
Yeah. Essentially.
You shoot like
On a side note,
you shoot like a human.
if
You
we sold the
human
Capesh for
shooters.
now, we'd have
And
money to
you
do all
realize
this
that there's
easily.
giant humans
Yeah,
running
we're
around.
not doing that.
I'm
Holding
just
the
saying.
ballista.
I know.
I mean, I don't know anyone who can actually wield it. That's the only reason I bring that up. So,
Wielding what?
the Capesh.
I can.
There you go.
Oh, you actually have proficiency in the exotic weapon?
I don't have proficiency, but I can wield it, being chaotic
Well,
nature.
okay. Wield it effectively. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I can
it's
wield it
minus
more effectively than anybody else at the table.
He
right
would
now.
not have a negative penalty on the attack roll.
So
if
he
wielded
could, just not as well. I guess.
Correct.
Yeah. And even then, because of my barbarian, I can actually take that -5 and I believe turn it to a -2
Well, just a.
because it's a 2
Financial
weapon.
potential
It's just exotic,
resolution.
so I'm not
Okay.
If
proficient.
party doesn't want to,
Only
it's fine.
applies on
It's,
the
it's not my
damage.
weapon. I don't
Only
care.
applies to the
Right.
damage. Yeah.
But
So
like, I get one
Yeah,
third
and
level
that note I
spell,
probably would give
Yeah.
if it comes to
and shrink item sounds like a really useful spell at the moment.
Why?
It's
because he
potentially-
wants to be tiny.
No, shrink item. This could be interesting.
What about a tiny kobold?
I actually took lightning bolt because we need damage, but like that, I can't really. That's more of a line thing, not a AOE.
You mean like a causeway
Yeah.
that they have to come down?
Yeah.
Where like if hundreds of them were to come out at once, you could hit hundreds of them at once with a
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. What's that thing that makes spells wider?
Widen.
Okay. Yeah, that.
Wait, what's the one that makes them more narrow?
Narrower.
I don't think there is a meta magic feat for
Channel?
that. But like no, there's a meta magic feat of widen spell.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm reading that spell. That could be a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, every single creature in a 100-foot line would be hit.
So that just
You
puts
could-
a new
You
new
can
thing on the
shrink
table for us.
fuel for fire.
Yeah. It's pretty good. But no, I also get a +9 for
Wait,
my lightning
but don't
attacks.
you get a plus to your AC if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 9 already.
Like
So why don't-
9 even?
Yeah.
But then
Why
again,
don't
when it
you blow
comes
the
to area,
horn
your AC don't really matter.
down at the
That's it, it's
entrance,
dex
and then
save.
have him
You'll sit right
Well,
behind-
run them down the causeway, and then lightning
Yeah.
bolt. And then we don't have to spend the money on a catapult.
I will buy the catapult myself if I have
Well, if
to. But we need to attach that to a card as well, because if we're getting away, we're not going to leave them a siege weapon.
Yeah.
Which means we need a donkey,
destroy
a
them.
cart, and a siege weapon,
Or-
all one thing.
So we gotta blow it up.
Yeah.
Why is everything blowing up with you?
Or we just kill the dragon and we don't have to worry about the wyvern.
Actually,
killing
you know
it.
what? I just realized
how I
Ricardo
live.
has about 2,700 gold pieces. That sounds like enough to retire.
Yeah. You're a like up level lesser noble with that
I'm
much
a
money.
I'm a buy my own house and live off my
Is
slow
Sherman
savings.
here for all this?
No, Sherman has not.
Because that would have
retired.
been hilarious.
So two of the party members can basically retire right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
If we combined money,
what
we can
I'm
retire
hearing
together and start
is
activating
what the
we
DM
are
is
going
hearing-
to we're gonna add Operation Valkyrie
Uh-huh.
with a frontline siege
Alright.
to bait a large number of the gnolls and wyvern out of the fortress,
Yep.
Okay.
which also DM Boone.
Ooh.
You guys know that since the wyvern's undead,
Yeah.
if you attacked at the middle of the day during a sunny day, it's unlikely that the wyvern would come out.
Okay.
Mm.
And now to throw in part of another plan. What if, to lure them out, took my pants off?
Okay.
Just
But yeah, so
Yeah.
you're gonna Operation Valkyrie get in position, wait for some kind of distraction, and then the siege equipment down at the base of the causeway is going to start poking a fight with the fortress. You're going to bait a whole bunch of them out. Once a whole bunch of them come out, you're going to drop bombs and fire and all kinds of stuff to make more of them come out. And then once a healthy amount of them have departed the fortress,
And
you're
depart this
going,
realm.
you're going to slaughter them mercilessly on the causeway.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, one more quick
This
thing.
can't go bad.
Right. Like,
Oh.
what if I go in there, sneaky like,
Uh-huh.
and then we disable the bridge mechanism, like break the chains that are holding it with some kind
It's
of
not that. It's a solid walkway built from the mountain.
Oh, well then they can't close. They can't close us out.
Well, there's still the front gate.
They close the
Even
door.
Which you
if
guys
they
can climb over using plastic.
Or we can
tactics.
blow it up.
Or
Here's
blow
the
it
thing.
up.
Even if they could close the gate,
Or it could just
Catapult.
give everybody
Yeah.
spider climb.
you can close the gate all you want. If I can go over the wall,
Or
your
through.
gate means nothing.
Yeah.
And the
Close the
ballista
knock
now
more special.
into the door.
And when the door opens, through the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the question is, can we get him to add like alchemist fire to the ballista arrows?
No.
Well, you could. It's a ballista's a giant arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could potentially dip it in oil and light it on fire.
Yeah.
Could make a shattering tip too.
Yeah.
I could essentially, but we need a whole bunch of. Well, actually, we have oil, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause we didn't really sell the mundane
That's
ballista.
right. We're gonna grease our arrows and go through the front door.
Okay.
That wasn't a joke. That's the plan.
Yeah. All right. So I think this will be a good spot to end.
Oh no, I want this.
So what we're gonna do is everyone is responsible for the rest of the evening, making sure your purchases are squared away for next week, where we begin the siege of the
And
Howling
make sure you
Fortress.
write out your last will and testament.
That too.
I
Right
leave
out-
everything to Uruglo.
Write out your last will and testament. Get everything ready. If you guys
I'll
want,
write it for
if you know, if you get enough money for it, you can hire mercenaries to help bring other siege equipment and all that kind of stuff. And then next week we're going to do the Battle of the Howling Fortress.
Okay.
Nice.
You mean the destruction of its forces as we
Yeah.
destroy them and claim it as our own?
Would
Yeah.
you be willing to
Can't
be
go
the
back.
UMD guy?
All right.
You got a
You need to
wand
put like
of
a
large
tape to
person,
it.
just-
You know, we should ask a god to work with this good idea.
Yeah,
Using
we should
contact
really
other
contact
planes.
other plane to see if this is a good
Spell-
idea.
spell-less are gonna use.
Hey Alec, you want to contact Hecate again and see if this is a good idea?
Like your god has done anything better.
Actually,
I mean,
You know he's healed every one
if
of you.
you're okay with that, then
No,
absolutely.
you've
yeah.
healed every one of us.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind
Using
trying to get
his
him all
power.
over.
DM, before we depart, during these times, Van would have like
Literally.
gone to some shops, you get materials and stuff.
Yeah.
Asking like a shop like a mage who like enchants and such provides like potions, rings, all you know.
Yeah.
I would, in a subtle fashion, ask about any potential shrine for the goddess of knowledge, if there's any there.
Like to Hecate?
That's the only one Van knows of knowledge.
The shopkeeper said like.
And it-
Hecate?
The enchanter, I'm asking the enchanter if there's any such shrine for the goddess of magic and knowledge, as she is one of knowledge and magic.
You know, I gotta ask the
In
question.
in the temple of Frigga,
Mm-hmm.
there is a small
Begrudgingly small.
there is a small nook where other deities can be worshipped
Out of respect.
out of
but, like,
respect, and there is one to the goddess of knowledge there.
cool. Okay.
Tiny little
Okay.
statue.
Once again, though, I do gotta find
That's a
out.
backup plan.
What is this enchanter's name?
Tim?
What was the name? What's the enchanter's name of the
He
shop?
gives you his name.
Eric
I'm not
the
doing
Enchanter.
this. Come up with random name bullshit.
Oh,
he
come
gives you his name.
It wasn't. It was a joke between me and Blake about the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, okay.
There's an enchanter. What's your name? Tim.
Oh,
It was not an attempt to get you to come up with a random name.
gotcha.
As
I apologize.
a-
Ice down the blood. You should be.
It's just so funny.
We drank wine together.
We did 2 bottles.
2 bottles.
That's a backup plan just in case, because knowledge is power. All right, but yeah, I agree. So we will reconvene next week on this glorious plan in action, where we will succeed, no doubt, gloriously go down in history and not TPK or die or anything like that?
Of
I
course.
didn't die tonight.
You know
Yes,
what?
you did, and then somebody gave up. Oh no,
Probably
he
just
died.
do
died
Warhammer
tonight.
just once.
I would have.
I think just
Yeah.
just one good.
No, you were
solid
technically
hit.
dead, and then
Yeah.
you were
You
resuscitated.
don't want to do that, bud.
Yep, we allowed the plot twist card to
I think we should.
plot twist. I did not die.
Non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal damage sounds good.
All right. So yeah, we'll pick up here next week with the siege of the Howling Fortress.
It's mighty too.
Look forward to it.